Well, oh no, I moved my map. I moved the map back. Alright. Well, back to Omu. For again today. Should just randomly stuck you guys back in the jungle for no reason.
Yeah, would've been dope.
It's like you guys wake up and curse the ball. It was all a dream. You never actually left yet.
No.
I would just kick you right in the shaft.
Fire wake up next to Princess Muffin.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, before you guys wake up in the middle of the jungle again, I have to have her start showing up and like fawning over Pyro just randomly in Omu. It's like, that's how you know it was a dream. Alright, let's get things going. Previously, on this game that we play, you guys were looking around Omu. You were rescued while you were getting thrashed at by some plant things. You were rescued by Artis Simber and his friend Dragonbait. A little Saurian guy with a fancy sword and doesn't really... He's a man of few words. 0 words exactly, but... the two of them rescued you. You kind of gave him the whole spiel about why you're here, what you're doing. And he's like, well, that seems kind of more important than why I'm here. Guess I'll help you. So he agreed to start helping you guys. He used a fancy ice bird that he cast through some kind of magic. And scouted out the rest of Omu, sort of pointing out the most likely positions of all the other shrines that you hadn't found yet. So you guys have been checking that stuff out. You acquired two more puzzle cubes from Unk and Ijin's shrines. After that, as you were leaving Unk's shrine, you had a run-in with another red wizard, one of the ones who escaped. And Dado, being disguised as a red wizard still, the guy fell for it and is like, oh, hey, boss. And just gave you guys all the information you could have ever wanted. Told you that the rest of the surviving red wizards, including what's her face, Z-Chick. I'll look up her name later.
Zagmira.
Oh yes, Zagmira.
Zagmira.
There's so many weird names in this one that I've just
Belinda
forgotten most of them.
Shadowmantle is
This is why I should take notes
the
like a
thing in
real
the
DM.
Stone.
Yeah, the thing in the stone who is actually a secret Thayan person.
She's not secret Thayan. But
Well, we
she-
didn't know.
She literally said it, didn't she? No, she said
No.
people.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
got
she was
people.
very ambiguous.
She was ambiguous. They had Valindra
But now we
Shadowmantle.
know.
See, Valindra I
Yeah,
remember. Valindra
Because this guy
I
said,
very well remember.
This guy said, "Hey, did Cylindra send you?"
Yeah, and you guys were like, sure! And he wanted the stones that you collected to bring them back to Zagmira. Said that Zagmira has been hanging out in the old amphitheater in the northwestern section of the city, like way off in the corner. You guys were like, nah, man, and then you guys were like, then you guys came up with a plan, gave him the cubes, and as he left,
And then-
you guys shot him in the back.
And we betrayed him, and I need to take off these robes. Now.
So,
Okay.
Because
left you
I
put
don't-
on.
Suppose-
even if
in front of us.
even if the people we are killing are evil,
oh,
I don't feel good.
I
about
laugh.
it.
You find some green robes, and you're like, "I'm gonna wear these."
I
It's like,
think you
"We're
guys...
the green robe wizards of."
I think you guys searched those bodies last time, didn't you?
We did.
We searched them and then we threw them into the river.
Yeah, I completely forgot one thing. On the wizard, you would have found his spell book, which would be of interest to Dado.
Gimme.
Yeah, that's going to data.
No, I
Um,
think I'll take it.
cantrips, I don't think you can... Yeah, you can't learn cantrips like that, but...
No.
He had... I'll just list these off. I think you have most of these spells anyways, but It had detect magic, which you have, mage armor
Yep.
you have, magic missile you have, shield you have,
Yep.
misty step I believe you have,
Yep, got that.
suggestion.
Suggestion.
So it had
don't
suggestion in
I
it.
have that.
It had counter spell, which I believe you
have
know.
that.
Fireball, I know you know. It had
Yep.
fly.
Fly, I don't think I have.
It had
That one might
greater
That'd be nice.
invisibility,
That's dope.
ice storm,
That's also dope.
and cone of cold.
Oh
Also
my.
dope.
So those are the spells that were in his spell book that are of interest to you.
I can't learn them now.
You gotta take time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta take like, was it like 2 days and some gold
No,
and some
it's not
paper
days.
for...
It's
No, it's like hours per spell level and gold per spell level.
Yeah, that was it. The gold per spell level.
I think you can do it over a long rest or something like that. I'd have to look it up, but
Okay.
it's definitely
I can
not
look it up,
days.
too.
It's something you could probably do when you make camp for the night, if left
yeah.
unaccosted. So
Okay. I am taking off these robes.
okay, so you guys are sort of hanging out outside Unk's shrine, and Dado is now naked.
I have
Great.
nothing on
What?
yeah,
except
because you
just
use your
like
ratty roads.
he
some
Guys-
like really piece of trash.
he left his ratty robes behind because you guys used them to wrap up the head of the Medusa.
They
Yeah.
might as well. I might as well be wearing like paper. At this
Well-
That's
point.
lovely.
To be fair, any other robes or clothing will offer you no extra protection over being naked anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I
Like
just
all
wanna-
clothing is 0 protection.
Yeah.
So even your
No,
old
that's
robes
fine.
were 0 protection, so
I've got a set of fine clothes that might not fit.
Isn't there some sort of bonus to not wearing armor?
Monks and barbarians do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just get full faculties of your dex bonus as like the addition to
As
your
well as your
armor
dick bonus.
as your dick bonus.
Oh, I have 2 costumes in my entertainer's pack. If you want to walk around looking like a old bard man.
There's also
You could also just do the helicopter to like point which way to go. It's like there's something that way,
yeah, definitely might.
and then
wanna
throw out a
remember
hip from
mage
doing
armor.
that. Because Dusty's old.
Well, I'll just
I'm sure you
either-
could probably
can I,
hodgepodge some clothing together from what your companions have on them.
Can I retroactively rip off some of those mercenary armor? Oh no, they got super
He
shredded,
got
didn't they?
incinerated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So it would be
Um,
like leathers, and you
Yeah,
can't
and-
wear leather.
Yeah, they would be aren't like they because they had like
Hey,
leather
I have-
armor on.
Yeah, I have leather armor,
Like an
actually.
undershirt.
Yeah, but
Yeah, everyone would have enough sort of small clothes and like underclothes and
All right,
like
just
spare
give me-
changes of
just
clothes
give
that
me
you could
some,
take
like,
a
random ass
Yeah,
clothes
I-
to put
I
on.
have leather armor if you want.
No,
leather
he can't- he
armor.
can't
I can't.
wear
We
that.
can't wear armor.
Yeah, I have 2 costumes in my entertainer's pack. Just you have that for now.
Plus, anything that doesn't
Oh,
really
man.
fit him, you can. I'm sure you could use like mending to just kind of shape it. The other thing you could do is keep the red robes on and use some kind of illusion spell to make them look different.
Recast illusion. Be like minute.
well, if you use
Could
like
we not just like illusion clothes on him if we were
disguise
gonna go that
self.
way?
Whatever.
Okay,
I just
so-
I'm wearing some like raggedy ass shit that you all give me,
Yeah.
just to cover up.
He now looks like one of the like little hobo guys you rescue in Metal Slug, where it's just like all beard and then like ratty clothes, and he just like walks back and forth.
That's it. I am now that guy.
Okay.
So it's getting late, so we probably
Not
have time to
yet.
hit up. Well, by the
No,
time we
wasn't it
finish
like
up the next shrine.
mid-afternoon, like early afternoon?
No,
Yeah,
it's
so
yeah,
by the time
it's
we
it's
get back,
afternoon.
shrine.
It's like early afternoon. You guys
Okay,
figured
yeah,
you
Time
do
to
have
hit a
enough time
shrine
to
and then be on our way back.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we can go hit this one.
Yeah, we'll do Moas when you learn fly.
Yeah, that works out
We
perfectly.
can just levitate.
One
mean-
at a time.
Yeah.
We have to do the shield
We'll
thing
make
again.
I'm sure there's some sort of a bridge. Let's go over here. I want to be
look like
hyper
it.
aware
Okay.
of any dudes that may be around.
Yep.
As we are like more than usual. Like I am on edge now at this point because
Did you feel naked
I
without
don't-
your fancy red clothes?
I not only that, I just like now I know we're vulnerable because I can't hide anymore. By the way, I still have the robes. Still have them.
Figured as much, yeah.
I didn't trash them. But we still have them, but I just don't want to wear them. But I want to have them as like an absolute last resort because I don't want to do that again.
Well, you also know that, like, in a dungeon or something like that, it's probably not going to cause you any trouble.
Oh yeah,
Like, if
no,
you guys are, like, in some deep dungeon or tomb,
The two,
wearing,
maybe?
like, dressing like a Thayan is probably not going to detriment you at all.
Oh yeah, no.
Because I don't think
that
the
I know.
monsters
And I
will
was gonna-
care.
Yeah, and I was gonna swap once we got into a shrine or like well within it. But like while we're out and about, no.
I will
Because
remind
we're
you.
Just, we're
if
just
you-
gonna keep digging a hole.
If
Or rather,
you-
I'm gonna keep digging it.
if you create any of your army of the undead, which you haven't been doing, that you will sort of forfeit control of them if you take the robes off.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I have no
Just
plans
let-
to create
let-
an army of the undead
Okay.
at this time.
I mean, they're helpful. Think of it
I'm
like
sure they
Jez's unseen servant, except it's a seen servant. And it doesn't listen very well. Or do anything useful. Except eat things.
Okay.
And I would probably kill it.
So,
He just brings it back.
It can attack. My unseen servant can't. Although I swapped that out,
So,
so I can't do that.
so you guys are going to start making your way along. So you're going to head up to the road? Or...
Besides
we're
the
gonna
road.
walk
no,
Okay.
we're gonna walk
on the
beside
path
the road.
we're on.
So, you guys begin to meander along the edge of this big stone raised platform. And you guys, like I'm guessing you're following Dado's lead of just going real slow, real careful, trying your best to kind of blend in and not be seen. Or
The
do you-
answer is yes.
Okay.
Sure,
Yeah. Yes.
sure. Listen to Dusty or he's gonna get mad at us.
So you guys keep kind of...
I don't want to have to betray again, even if they are evil. Okay, I don't feel good about it.
So you get...
I will know. We should probably take a short rest sometime.
We can do it when we get near the shrine. It's fine.
So you guys get about halfway there, or a little over a third of the way there, and you run into sort of an odd-looking thing. You find like what looks like a rundown, broken food cart, just kind of propped up against the side of the stone wall.
They're selling watermelons. My melons.
It's a trap. Leave
Are
it.
they selling cabbage?
Oh, cabbage. That's what it was.
I'm pretty sure no one's selling anything.
Yeah, the thing's kind of slanted. There doesn't seem to be anything like displayed on it. Like it looks like a lot of the wood in that is kind of like collapsed, and it's just kind of listed. Maybe it's like fallen off of one of its wheels. And there's basically, it's just kind of there, barely holding its shape, and then there's what looks like a chalkboard kind of thing on the front. And there's some text at the top of it written in in Old Omuan. And beneath that, there's sort of a line delineating sort of the top half from the bottom half. And then the bottom half is empty. And then attached to like a rotten, deteriorated string is like a chunk of chalk.
Wants you to finish the equation.
I can read it.
Yeah, what's it say?
Give me a history check!
What the history check? Man, I didn't have it ready. History check.
That's probably a read it.
Yeah.
It's essentially, you figure that it translates to, hello, what is your order today?
Okay.
I will ask Dusty how to spell Al-Miraj in Omuan.
Don't read it yourself. We have someone here at Mage Hand, right?
What if we write, I want to have Moa's puzzle cube?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking of being an asshole and be like, asking for a puzzle cube.
I can use Mage Hand, but
Do we wanna
Not
see if
that.
it's magical first?
I don't want to burn. I guess
we can
detect magic
sit around
is-
for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Is detect magic level 1 or level 3? I forgot.
Level 1.
One.
It's one.
Level 1.
Dispel
Also
magic
level-
was level 3.
That was it. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'll detect magic on it.
Okay.
Why not?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you're not even ritual in casting it.
Nah, we don't have time for that shit.
Okay.
So, wow,
Well,
Dusty's freeballing it now. Yeah, you detect
Literally
a
and
faint
figuratively.
aura of
Evocation. Oh wait, conjuration.
probably conjuration. Off the top of my head, I don't actually know. I would say it's conjuration magic.
If it's at literal summoning, then it would be conjuration.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Evocation
ask it,
would be-
ask it for like a sandwich.
I don't know. What
Can I
what was
see
that?
in the blank part? Does it look like anything's been erased, or is it like clean?
It's pretty much clean. There's like kind of dirt and grime and that on it. Like it
Right,
doesn't
right.
it doesn't look like pristine.
But no, it doesn't look like anyone else has written on it,
Nope.
at least at this time. Okay.
Mm,
Is there any of the foods that restore hit points? We could order that. Like made from that root.
Does
I'm
a sandwich
gonna-
restore hit points?
Not a sandwich.
Where is
It
it?
restores
Let's-
food
They have
points.
sandwiches in Omu.
Unless it's got that root in it.
Wild root, right?
Well, I don't see too many farms, so they probably don't have wheat, so they probably don't have bread.
This thing's magic.
Just write something down.
Okay, I'm gonna write.
I'm gonna
just for
divine
proof-
sense before we write on it.
You want
I'm
what?
gonna divine sense.
Okay.
Do I feel
Okay.
anything evil coming off of this?
Nope. You do not detect any evil, and you do not detect that it is an undead or fiend or anything like that.
Okay. Do we want to just like test it and see if it works, or do we just want to like go for something stupid?
Go
I believe
for
it
it.
works.
Get something good.
So what do we want?
I don't know.
Good lord. Just write wild root on it or something.
All right, I will write wild root in Omuin on the board.
Okay. So you scroll it in. It takes you a minute to kind of figure out exactly what you're doing, since you don't fluently speak it.
Yeah.
After you finish writing and kind of like step away again, nothing happens for probably a good 30 seconds or so. And then the text in the top half sort of fades away to nothing. And then new text starts to scroll itself across the top of the chalkboard. And it says, "I'm sorry, we're out of wild root. Would you like berries?"
I don't know of any good berries.
a wild root, you want berries?
Ask for some good berries. What kind of
Some
berries?
Good berries.
I don't know, it just said berries.
Ask it what kind? Question mark.
What kind
I
of
will
berries
write.
do I know around here?
I will write yes.
Okay. So the text
Yes,
disappears again.
please. Yes, please.
The text disappears again, and then after a minute or so, text reappears saying, "1 moment, please."
The fuck is this?
And then nothing happens for a good 2 or 3 minutes, and then the text disappears again and says, "Your berries are ready." And then you see like a sort of a small compartment in the front kind of jerk and shudder, and then it kind of starts to come open and then just falls off, revealing like a small basically a little small alcove in the side of the cart.
I'll grab it.
Okay, so you look inside, and inside you see kind of just the last little remnants of kind of mulch in the bottom. What looks like it may have been berries like 100 or so years ago.
Oh. I thought it was making berries.
It's just
if
a bunch of.
if it was opening, it probably would have been just abjuration or divination because it was talking. I don't know.
After that, the text disappears again and is replaced with, "Thank you for your patronage."
What have we
And then,
given?
and then after that, it
You
says,
pay them.
"Please give a positive review."
On Yelp.
I just press the button. It says 5 stars. I'll write on the board.
Draw 5.
5
Just
stars.
5 stars.
Fast delivery.
Is there-
AA plus 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 plus.
Is there a door where they put in the food?
Doesn't seem like it. It seems like you kind of search around. This seems to be the only compartment
Only
that you could
entrance.
really find. Part of the back end is all kind of smashed in, so there might have been something there. But kind of poking around, yeah, there doesn't really seem to be anything in or like inside the cart or inside like the workings of the cart.
I was seeing if there was like a door you could open, someone stashed something in there. But I guess not.
Well, that was an ordeal. I guess we keep going.
I'll put the door back on it.
Yep. So,
Mm,
as you guys start walking away, you hear, like, as you start leaving, you hear scratching, as if, like, another message had popped up on the thing, like, as you were, like, walking away.
I want to know what it says. So I'll bounce back.
I'll go back.
Oh,
and
it probably
read it.
says, "What would you like to order today?"
It probably says that, but why
Does it-
not? Let's go see.
Does it look similar to the first message?
Yeah, come back then.
Well,
So
probably
you,
just
you go back, and you see that the message has changed to, "Please don't leave."
What the fuck?
That's monka ass right there.
yeah.
You should. Dusty,
I'm gonna write.
wanna ask
I'm gonna
it.
write why.
You should ask it if it's alive.
So,
I'm gonna write why first.
the words change to lonely.
Oh. I'm gonna write. Are you alive?
It responds with, "What is alive?"
Animated food cart. Is there
Does it have a name?
Ask her if she's got a smaller version that we can carry around instead of this cart.
What do you? So who's asking what? It's kind
Well, I
of
can't
it's kind of a
really-
one at a time
Dusty is...
question and
I,
answer.
I don't know. Everyone's asking 5 different things.
Yeah, you-
He's sitting there with the chalk, and everyone's like yelling over his shoulder, "Ask this! Ask this!"
Yeah. Pick something.
Where can I get
I
a
wanna know.
sandwich?
I want to know how we can't move it because it's all broken down.
Yeah.
Why do you
suppose we
assume
could
we're taking
mend
it
it, but
with
I don't think-
us?
I don't know. Because it's
How?
alive.
Uh, how are you talking to us? Write that shit.
Through the chalkboard.
It responds with, "I do not understand the question."
Ask if it's in the chalkboard.
How are you?
He is fine.
What?
You said, "How are you?" and I said, "He is fine."
Give me an Arcana check, Dado.
Bam.
I'm gonna beat Dado. Nope.
Yeah, I don't think you are. So you know, being an expert wizard that you are, you know that some magical items can gain borderline sentience, and you will know that wizards and that can imbue regular everyday objects with almost like a personality, as well as animate things like suits of armor and stuff like that. You
rope.
think that this might be basically like a automated waiter kind of thing. So like while the guy on the food cart is doing his thing, people can take their orders and basically interact with the chalkboard. You imagine
Right.
it is a somewhat sentient device that has been sort of, this kind of spell consciousness thing has been cast on this food cart. And then the people that owned it are just long, long gone.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry, we have to go.
So it
Poor food cart.
responds.
Depressing.
It responds with just a sad face drawn in chalk.
Poor foodie. I don't know why he just didn't give us good berries.
It was like 100-year-old berries, dude.
No, I
Well, he
said
did-
good space berries, not good berries.
No.
I guess he can't conjure things. He can just move them
Dispense.
from one place.
He
Yeah,
he
dispense.
can dispense.
I was just gonna write, I'm sorry, and let's get out of here.
Okay.
Poor
So,
foodie.
Well, that was interesting.
now Bent can never bother me again.
Oh.
Oh, that was a bent thing.
That's just basically so I can troll Bent later. When he was bugging me, I was like, they're on a road. Why can't they just run into a semi-sentient food cart? So you guys continue on.
God damn it.
You don't find...
God damn it, man.
Here I was thinking there was something hidden in it.
So you get about 3/4 of the way along this wall. You can see, sort of off in the distance, a intersection opening up, and you know the shrine is kind of down to the left by this huge circular, like you see on your map. There's like this big round walled section with some really large, imposing buildings that looks like sort of very important part of town. You get about 3/4 of the way, and you guys are kind of slinking along the wall, and you hear footsteps up on the road above you. So, like, you guys are... So the wall is probably, like, it's 10 to 15 feet above your head, and you guys are essentially moving along it so that nothing on top can see you unless they peer down, like, over the edge. But yeah, it's like right about where you are, you guys just kind of stop, and you hear footsteps. Maybe like
How
a...
many?
Perception
Perception
checks.
Okay.
Yeah.
More than one.
Oof.
You guys listed in. You think there's probably half a dozen or so of them,
Whoa.
Half a
Okay.
dozen.
I sit flat against the wall.
and they sound like they're going from east to west. Like you,
Oh, so
you
they're
hear
going
them.
the same
You hear them
direction,
starting like a
Like
little
opposite
bit
direction.
ahead
Oh.
of you, and they sound like they're slowly coming closer.
Can I
At, like,
hear
walking
anything they're
speed?
saying?
You don't really hear any. Like all you hear is the footsteps. They don't seem to be saying anything.
Marching? Are they?
Are
Are
they
the
in
footsteps
unison?
in unison?
No, they're kind of they're staggered. So it sounds like a few people walking, and they're not very quick either. So they're not running. They don't seem to be in a big hurry.
Okay.
I'm just gonna flatten up against the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm staying put.
Yep. Just
I'm gonna wait for them to leave,
Okay.
so we can't hear the footsteps anymore.
Okay, so you wait about 10, 15 minutes or so. Like the footsteps, they stop a little bit past you for a minute, and then they start up again. Like you guys kind of peer up to like where the section of wall is. You never see anything from where you are, and you never see anything look over to like look around. You just hear the footsteps stop for a second, and then just continue on. Like a couple of them start up, and then the rest of them sort of follow suit. And after a few minutes, they're gone. You do not hear them anymore.
Okay. Move on.
Maybe sticks to snakes. Will... not sticks to snakes.
Sticks to snakes. That's an awesome cleric spell. I wish that was in this game.
That's
I missed it.
Tabaxi name. Whatever his name is, I forgot it already. The other guy.
Oh, bag of nails?
Oh, yeah, bag of nails.
comes across them and kills them.
I sure hope so.
So, you guys make your way to the intersection and kind of peer around. From here, you can see sort of a large building in front of you that used to looks like it used to be some kind of office of some kind. A lot of it's caved in and sort of falling apart. North of it seems to be the shrine that you're looking for. Directly north along the street, you see a large opening in the curved wall. And sort of at the opening, or sort of in and around, probably on the inside of the opening, you see a few humans, what look like humans milling about, and a couple like big bulky looking humans that have like a big cobra head.
Oh no.
And they all seem to be just kind of hanging out on like just like the inside of the wall. You would imagine it looks like they're on guard duty, possibly. Like, they don't really seem to be coming in and out. They all seem to be milling about, kind of just inside the gate.
Hmm.
What are the odds we go? Damn it. We go across this way and then cross over through this building up through
It'd be
here.
The
hard
thing
for us
is,
to get up on top of that.
the thing is, if we start making noise, triggering traps and stuff in that shrine, they're probably gonna hear it.
Are they?
Depends on the shrine. If it's another one of those, just jump on some platforms.
Are they?
Listen, I'm just a bit worried. Otherwise, we could definitely go around, but if we start making noise in there, they'll probably head over.
Well, you do
How
know
many
that
of
the
them
shrines
are
are
there?
made out of stone, which does
What?
contain a fair bit of noise.
How
Or at least it
many-
appears to be made of stone from here. And all the other ones you visited have been fully enclosed stone structures.
Do we wanna do the short
Pyro?
rest inside a building on this side then?
How many people are there?
At 4.
No, there's about 4 what look like people. They look like humans they're mostly in cloths and leathers and that, and then there's 2 humans with snake heads.
Do they all look like they're just chatting with each other?
Yeah, they just look like they're just on generic guard duty.
Okay.
None of them are really paying a ton of attention, like this way, or really in any way in particular. They just
Right.
kind of all seem to be hanging out in that area.
Still could sneak by pretty.
Yeah, I don't think it would take a lot to sneak past, but all it would take is one person fucking up.
Hi.
Don't say that.
It's only 60 feet. It's around.
Well, it's also, like, all of the... Don't forget that, like, everything through here is heavily overgrown still, too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if you basically drop to the ground and kind of belly crawled through, you probably wouldn't be too visible. Like, you're not going to be invisible, but you'd be less noticeable than if you were just on an open street.
Right. So we cross. Enough of this thinking about it bullshit.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Let's
Yeah.
cross.
Do you wanna... Does Pyro wanna switch armor for a second?
Yeah,
Cross, or
I
do
may
you
as
just wanna-
well. I may
Wait,
as well.
like the 10 minutes.
I mean, he could just cross last while the rest of us cross.
Yeah, true.
While you guys get, like, really far away, so that he lures them away into some kind of pincer formation.
And
Real
then in
quick as
10
well.
turns we ambush.
Would Pyro and I be able to? I mean, because we saw some of the people who were working with Raz and EC back in Nyan Zaru. Would we be able to tell that these guys are sort of the same deal?
Not from here.
Okay.
From here, it just looks like people. Except for the ones that are clearly not people.
Yeah.
New from the makers of people.
Yeah, except for the ones that are clearly 1T I don't know if you'd know enough about the 1T to know the different types of 1T. Give me...
The
Okay,
ones
not-
without.
I keep grabbing my Dungeon Master's Guide. I don't mean to.
I think the more snake you go, the more pure they are. Or something
Know
like
what they
that.
snay? Snay? Alright.
Snake.
Joker, never mind.
Tripped over
Give me a nature check. Anybody that
No.
wants...
Yep.
Nope.
Mhm,
At least I have a
mhm.
+1.
Alright, hang on.
I technically do as well.
I have a
+2.
-1.
I have been living in this effing jungle for so long. I got you.
No,
No,
you
No,
don't.
Never
you
mind.
don't.
I got you more than everybody else does, though.
So,
you didn't come across any snake people.
so you know of the 1T by reputation that they are a snake-like people. You do know that they come in sort of a variety of forms. Some are more snake-like than others. I will say, Datto, you probably, in your time here in Omu,
We all rolled
sneaking
4s, but
around.
wacky.
you probably saw some human-looking people. They didn't look particularly friendly, and they looked human, but sort of on closer examination, their facial features and their skin and that were kind of off. Like, they would have, like, lizardy kind of features in the face, and there'd be patches of scales, like, on their skin. Like, they look kind of, like, badly attempting to be human. So you think that those could possibly be, like, 1Ts as well? Like, the more... Do you think that the humans that seem to be standing around could just be the 1Ts that look more human? But again, like, from this distance, it's hard to tell. Whether they're snaky humans or human humans, it's a little tough to tell from back here. You could go up and ask them.
Okay, let's cross to the shrine then.
Okie dokie.
I
we
switched
can
my
always go
armor.
in the back.
So, you guys... So, are you going to switch armor, or are you just going to take your armor off and then, like, put it back on again after? Because one takes a lot longer than the other.
I'm gonna switch armor.
Okie dokie. So, you guys...
I'd rather not drop to like 3 AC or 10 AC.
I was gonna say, you can't drop 3 AC.
So doffing it only takes 5 minutes.
In
Putting it
leather?
on takes 10.
And
Oh,
donning.
Oh, no, yeah, because doffing it's fairly quick. Yeah, so it'll take him
Donning
5
is
minutes to
1.
strip out of his heavy armor. It's 1 and 1 on light, so that's actually not so bad. So yeah,
Putting the other armor back on, however.
yeah, it's gonna be 10 minutes. So you guys spend a few minutes watching Pyro strip into something a little more comfortable.
We've all been changing
This is
our
the
clothes these
second
days.
time
Yeah.
today.
not me.
Pyro, do you want to wear the red wizard robe? Do you want to pretend to be the...
No,
You guys
I'm
could
fine,
really up the
thanks.
gambit now. It's like, you're a different
Yeah.
Thayan, like, middle management guy.
Visitor.
They
Hey,
sent
only,
me as well.
only one wizard has seen the middle management and lived.
So you see, now Pyro comes around and is like, do you see, like, an old guy wearing robes like these? It's like, they sent me because that guy's a fuck-up. He's always screwing things up. Like, I got a piece of my mind. Like, you tell me if you see him. And, like, 'cause I got words for him. To really make it as complicated as you can. Okay, so everybody give me stealth checks.
I'm gonna belly crawl. Like,
Yeah,
I'm-
that's what we're doing.
That's what everybody's doing.
6.
Woo! Okay. So you guys kind of sneak across. One of you sort of pokes your head back after you're all across and looks, and there doesn't seem to be any movement from this way. We'll say you're kind of on the side of this building now. From here, you can kind of see better up here, and you don't seem to see anybody up on the road now from where you are.
I mean, it was like
Good.
20 minutes ago.
In case there was more, maybe they came back. Maybe they turned around like right after you guys did. Who knows?
Duck down this
So-
alleyway and go
Yeah.
towards the shrine.
Okay. So you guys in and around. Oh, that's what I'm missing.
This shrine?
No, I'm missing my PDF that I used for shrine layouts. It's like I knew I forgot to open something. Oh, good, and it didn't even open on the monitor that I didn't want it to open on. Cool. Everything's coming up Millhouse. So, you guys slowly approach the shrine. So, a pair of needle-like columns mark the entrance to a walled ruin. In the courtyard beyond, roots envelop a squat building. The stone doors that seal the entrance are carved with images of snarling bears with long, sharp claws.
This is the Zorbo one. Kevin Zorbo.
Yeah, this is the Kevin Zorbo shrine.
Alright, Kevin Turbo.
So before we dive in, we should probably do that short rest.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
So, essentially, the walls, like the map's not really a good indication. The walls are probably only about 5 feet outside of this building. The building seems to be a big square as you kind of glance around it. A big square about, 75 feet or so to a side. Not particularly tall. Probably only about 15 feet tall. And then, like, the walls are only about 5 feet off of the walls. The exterior walls, like the fence, is only about 5 feet or so outside of that. There are some cracked holes in that and chunks of the solid stone fence missing. But yeah, you guys could kind of like tuck yourselves into a corner somewhere where you're as out of sight as possible.
And there's also a couple houses around here too, if you need to. But yeah, let's back in for a bit.
I'm gonna switch my armor back.
Quietly.
So
No. that went to
Do
10.
you need the extra D8?
No, I
Is
don't
it-
anymore.
Okay, because if not, I'm not gonna be playing just in case.
That'd be too loud.
Yeah.
Or some spell slots.
Oh, and I got all my bardic inspiration back.
while I get.
I haven't used today.
So, while you guys are resting, you hear some shuffling a little ways out on the outside of the wall. It seems to be leading from the front to the back. The sounds of possibly a patrol or a group heading towards the big round enclosure. Because what are you? Yeah, the footsteps and the shuffling seem to be just kind of like going through the brush, like the thicker brush. And it doesn't seem particularly close to you, probably about 40, 50 feet away. But you do hear them. They don't seem to be making any attempt to quiet their footsteps. You hear the occasional like twig crack and snap, but that doesn't seem to deter the footsteps at all. Something you notice about halfway through your short rest.
So we just stay put. Don't bother anything. Just
I'm a bit concerned about being this close to these guys.
So when the sound quiets down, then we'll take a look in.
So, yeah, so you guys finish your short rest, and you kind of all congregate by the front door. Stone doors with depictions of bears with claws are kind of all carved into the stone doors.
Sure.
Bet you love this place, Pyro.
Mm-hmm.
You
Maybe you'll find plate armor in here.
Maybe.
Is there a keyhole in this one?
There does not seem to be a keyhole.
What's the text on the door say?
So you see a plaque above the shrine entrance with a message in Old Omuan.
We all look at Dado and wait for his history check.
Yeah. Wow.
You got nothing.
Not great.
You believe that it says, Ubulaka teaches us to tread warily and stay in the light.
Well, that one's an easy enough clue.
Pretty self-explanatory.
We get in there, it's totally dark. Okay, here comes the loud bit as we open up this door.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You don't got grace or anything, right? You can't like slip it in the door and make it quiet.
I wish one of us had silence now.
Magic grace. Okay, let's be loud. Or not loud, but
You my
Try
old
not to
man
do that.
stream?
Probably.
Probably.
I'm gonna try. Wow.
fucking with
Wow. Didn't happen this time.
I'm gonna keep a watch
the,
while they're
the
pushing.
muscles from last time were not,
So, Dusty and Pyro are able to just kind of push open one of the doors, like the leftmost door. Or I guess the left door, not the... There's the left one and the other further left door.
Yeah.
You think there would be a right door, but there's not. There's only left and further left. So yeah, you open the left door. It kind of grinds and creaks as you do so.
We'll be able to quiet this down. Too bad
Okay.
we're all gonna be gone from here.
Let's go inside.
So, as you move inside, give me perception checks.
Ouch. Wow.
Oh, I get to roll
Wow.
my,
I did
uh,
worse than
my
I did worse
fucking-
than Jez.
My D20. Yay! I got my thing.
So you can't fall asleep for like an hour or whatever it was.
No. It's fucking.
Oh,
Hang on. If it's 14 or higher, you gain Spark of Energy, giving you advantage on perception checks for 1d4 hours.
that's what
Bam.
it was.
For 4 hours.
Wow.
Could have used that for this one too.
So, Dusty, kind of glancing over your shoulder, you notice, like, as you guys start to move in and you kind of look around, you notice what looks like a pair of... They kind of look like big teddy bears, and they're kind of peering at you from, like, around a tree a little bit outside the entrance to the shrine. Like, they just seem to have kind of, like, poked out from, like, a bush and, like, a tree, and they're just kind of looking at you.
Leave them alone.
I think they're probably what happens when you fail.
With that...
They just maul you.
With that crit, actually, you also notice... So, as you guys step inside, you enter a 10-foot...
Inside.
You enter in a 10-foot hallway. Like, immediately, like, you're in, like, the end of the hallway, and the hallway goes to the right. Like, it goes to the east. What seems to be all the way to the edge of the building, and then turns north. And, so you seem... Basically, like, right at the entrance, there's a wall immediately to your left, and then the hallway goes, like, around the perimeter of the inside of this building.
Okay.
It is lit by torch... Or, sorry, it's not lit. There are torch sconces on, like, the outside... Or hung on the wall. And, Dado, you happen to notice what looks like... sort of strange lines, like cracks in the wall directly to the left of the entrance. that looked like that wall could possibly be some kind of door. Some kind of secret door, perhaps.
Perhaps a door that I was not supposed to notice. Want to see? No. I'm gonna use.
Prove I'm not stupid. Yeah.
I'm gonna do prestidigitation on the torch, and I'm gonna light it.
Yeah. So, the walls of this dark corridor are covered with painted reliefs showing Omuan people hunting, harvesting fruit, planting crops, crafting weapons, feasting, fighting, weaving, and skinning animals. 8 empty torch brackets protrude from the walls underneath the reliefs.
Say the last sentence again, one more time.
So the walls of the dark corridor are covered with painted reliefs showing Omuan people hunting, harvesting fruit, planting crops, crafting weapons, feasting, fighting, weaving, and skinning animals. 8 empty torch brackets protrude from the walls underneath the reliefs. So there's essentially torch holders every so often, and like you guys kind of look down the hallway, and this hallway is just a big L that ends in a door at the other side, and there's just basically a pair of torch brackets, and then like another pair further down, and another pair further down, another pair further down.
Right,
So there's-
right.
They're all
There's
and
8
all
different
8 of them
activities?
seem to be empty.
So I can't like light. There's not something in it.
No,
that I
it's
can
just there's like basically like a thing to hold a torch.
light? Okay. We need
Sconces.
some torches then, or something to put in there.
Pretty sure I have
So
torches.
there's 8 activities, right?
Fine.
Yes.
1,
Hunting,
2,
harvesting.
3, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there is.
8 or 9.
There is 8.
Oh, I only got 4 of them.
I got 7, but I'm missing one. I got hunting, harvesting.
I'll let you know that the activities themselves on these
Don't matter.
carvings are they're not particularly.
Oh,
I
okay.
figured they didn't.
I
matter
thought
at
that was
all.
part of the puzzle. I thought it'd be like, oh,
Well, no,
you-
there's essentially like a depiction, and then like the torch is mounted above the depiction, or the torch holder is mounted above the depiction.
Mhm.
That's kind of the stylized for like how this goes. And then there is
we
the
have-
secret door to the left of the entrance.
I have 10 torches if we want to put them on.
I feel like it might be.
Do we want to check out the end of the hall first? Maybe there's something further in that we're missing before we do anything here.
There's also the secret door.
That we don't know about, that only Dusty knows.
But you've told us about it?
No, I haven't said anything.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Alright.
we have
He
no idea.
wants to
As
feel
long as I know
smart
that
later.
Right's the only way to go.
No, because I don't want you to see that, because then someone will be like, "Ooh, let's go open the door," and then we're gonna fucking die.
What else
That's
do you
the-
do
with
with
that-
secret doors?
That's how that shit's gonna go down. So I'm not telling anybody. If someone else wants to figure it out, then you figure it out. So I'm not saying nothing. I ain't messing around.
Okay, we could try putting a torch in one of the sconces and see if anything happens.
That is what I would like to do. Yes.
I will do that with the very first sconce beside us, wherever the closest one is. I'll light a torch in it.
So yeah, you take out a torch out of your pack and light it. You find that the holder is a little big, so it doesn't really. It kind of mostly just slips
Oh.
through it, like almost like your torch was not really
Not
built
the-
to the dimensions of this torch holder.
So it's a
And
certain.
it kind of sits in there, like right at the head, but it's not like a comfortable fit. It's not like I'm happy with this.
Buying magnums when you should be buying normals.
Let's go check out the rest of the shrine.
Yeah.
Did it
Uh,
do anything else other than not fit properly?
Nope, nothing seemed to happen whatsoever.
I'm gonna pay attention to the floor for any traps.
Mm-hmm. Give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you let me perceptionize? I haven't been told.
Because you did
Do
not
it.
do it.
Well, you could have told me.
I've already gone to the end of the hall.
Okay, so in
Whatever
front of
happened,
you
happened.
is a Is it a stone door? No, it's an iron door. So there is a sort of iron door at the end of the hall, and is very slightly ajar. Not quite enough for you to really see what's on the other side. Like it's just a crack, but you can kind of glimpse a bit of stone wall maybe. So you know there is a chamber on the other side of this door, and not a encircling void.
Yeah.
Does it look like any handles in this door that we could open it with?
Yeah, it seems to just be a regular door.
I will try to open the door.
Okay. So as you push open the door, the rusty hinges let out like this loud, like just squeal, and they
Great
just
spell, great
creak
spell, great
and
spell.
groan as you like push the door open.
Lovely.
I'm
What's
gonna look
inside?
around, like,
So inside, you see a glorious sun carved into the ceiling directly above a pool of still water. The ceiling is reflected in the pool, but it doesn't show a sun carving, but rather a moon carving instead. The room itself is about 20 feet by about 25 feet wide. Judging by how far you went up the hallway, you would imagine this is the back corner, basically the northeast corner of the building. Since you guys have an idea of its outer dimension, you believe this is the northeast corner of the building. There does not seem to be any doors or any other ways forward. Just the door that you stepped through that made lots of noise.
I think we should probably close this door in case something comes through it behind us.
Okay.
That
Okay.
way we won't be surprised by it.
So you close the door, and it just squeals and creaks as you and you can hear it kind of reverberating off the walls. And
Listen, they probably heard it the first time.
I'm.
If not,
I
they won't hear it
know.
the second time.
so as you get the door basically closed, you find like the last little bit seems to be stuck. Like there's something wrong with the hinges, and it doesn't seem to close like all the way. It only seems to close as much as
As
it
it
was
did.
closed when you got in here.
Okay.
Well,
that's
at least
fine.
we'll hear them coming if anyone does come through.
That's the point.
Okay,
And
so
we don't
other
see the
than-
cube anywhere?
Nope. You're in a 20 by 25 foot room with a big pool of water in the middle. Like sort of like a big, kind of like a base, like a fountain basin kind of thing. Like about 10 feet in diameter. With a big carving of the sun on the ceiling. And then when you look into the pool, the still water pool, you see a reflection of a moon carving instead of a sun carving.
How deep is the pool?
It looks like it is fairly deep. About
Enough
10.
to tread water in?
It looks like it's probably about 10 feet deep. Actually, it's probably not that much. It's probably about 5 feet deep.
Maybe we're meant to tread water in it. You know, tread in the light.
Is there any actual light?
In this room, no. Not beyond... I guess it's... At this point now, you're in the pitch dark, unless one of you
Oh,
wants to
as soon as
catch...
the dark happens, it would be sunlight.
Okay. So you are no longer in the dark. I mean, you have a couple people with light spells, and
Yeah,
Fine.
we
Yeah.
can easily give everyone light.
yeah, so you guys, there is nothing lighting any of these rooms you've been in so far. Like, it's all just pretty much pitch dark.
Yeah.
You want to try going into the pool? You said.
I think we might have to tread in it. I don't understand how that works unless it just adds enough weight to activate whatever mechanism works, but that's the literal translation of tread in the light.
Okay, that's fair.
It also says watch your step, but we're not stepping in water.
I mean, this is only the northwest side of the building, or east. I don't remember what it was.
Northeast.
It's northeast.
You seem to have followed a 10-foot hallway along the perimeter of the building up to this corner, and then you
Okay.
are in like a You're in a room a little less than half the width of the building.
Do you want to try to find a door? Maybe there's like, or I'd rather use the Wand of Secrets to find a door.
Yeah, I think you guys have one charge left.
We have one left.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, because you guys have used it
I mean,
twice.
this is like probably the last one. Yeah, we've used it twice.
Yeah.
The most we used it.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is the last spot we would use Wand of Secrets.
Doesn't it,
When it
like,
runs out of charges,
doesn't it like
doesn't it?
blow up when it
No,
runs
the
out?
Wand of Secrets doesn't, because it only
Oh,
can
okay.
carry 3 charges. The
It
Wand of
only
Secrets,
carries
you can
3.
blow them all, and it's safe.
Yeah, it's it recharges 1d4.
1d3, because it's only
Okay,
holds
1d3.
It only holds 3 charges.
Oh, what? Okay, yeah. 1d3 plus 1 or just 1d3?
Well, no, it'd be 1d3.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise, you could get 4 with 1d3 plus
That's
1.
right. Right.
So you will always get 1 back at the end of the at the beginning of the next day, no matter what.
Right. Yeah, I'm just stupid. Okay.
That's why it doesn't blow up, because there's just so very few charges in
Yeah.
it.
So you want to use it?
Maybe not here. It was more so just to see if there is actually
I
a way
would
through to the other side.
maybe. How big is this room? Like,
It's about
dimension-
25 feet
25.
wide and about 20 feet north to south.
so if he gets in the middle, he'd get all of it anyways.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we should.
He could be
work on-
pressed up against the western wall, like as close to the middle of the building as he could get, and still get near the entire room, because I think it's a 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do something. Get some light in this room.
We do have like.
Oh, yeah, you
like
guys have
sunlight.
like once you guys kind of walked, like closed the door behind you, and it got really dark. Jez lit up his sword, and
Oh, okay.
if you need more than that, like you guys aren't in the pitch dark.
Is there
Alright.
anything in the pool?
Doesn't seem to be. Like you just see, like basically all you really see is like the reflection of the ceiling.
That
But
turns
it's-
into the
instead
middle.
of-
Because like the pool, the water in the pool is basically like just dead still.
And the reflection of the sun, we see the moon, right?
Yeah, you see the reflection of the ceiling, but for some reason it's not the sun carving, it's a moon carving.
If I-
The sun carving's now moon carving.
No,
With
no,
the light?
in the reflection of basically so you got the big thing of water, and
Yes.
it's like still like glass, and when you look at the reflection, instead of seeing the reflection of the big sun carving that's above your heads, instead there's a moon carving.
Right. Okay. I thought you meant that the sun carving turned into a moon
No.
carving above us. Okay. Never mind.
No, it's just.
It's the
Not displaying,
reflection's lying to you.
What were you
Okay.
gonna say, Jez?
I was gonna see if, when we get up to it, if we look over top of, like, look straight down onto it, like, if adding light does anything to the reflection.
Just shining your light around on it. It doesn't seem to really do anything out of the ordinary. The light just sort of plays off the water, kind of like you would expect it to.
Do I reflect normally?
Yes.
So I don't turn into like a werewolf.
It's like you look in and you see a Zorbo holding your sword, waving it around in the pool.
I'm gonna break the stillness of the water.
Yep.
I'm gonna tap it with like my sword or something. Just touch it.
Yep. This water, bloom, 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 bloom. And like after a minute or so, it eventually settles and it's back to not doing anything.
I mean, all we're seeing is a reflection. Maybe this pool actually goes deeper.
You know what? Dusty, you could ritual cast detect magic, right?
I could.
Let's see what it is.
Like some sort of illusion.
Illusion, maybe something. Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 spell slots back, so I'll just regular cast it.
Okay.
Bam. Detect magic. Buttons, bitch.
The pool appears to be magical. It appears to be... it appears to be conjuration magic of some kind.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting.
Has anyone touched the water?
I've touched it with my sword.
I know-
Conjuration includes teleportation, though, right? Just what I remember from the wizard school.
Might. Yep. Involves the transportation of objects and creatures. So it could just teleport us to go into it.
I'm gonna drop into the pool then. See what happens. Why not? We're really not getting anywhere.
Yeah, like my original idea, the treadmill.
Yeah.
Water.
So, Wacky, you climb into the pool, and it seems to be about chest high. And you guys look, and Wacky's now chest deep in this pool of water.
What happens when I submerge myself?
So you submerge yourself,
You die.
and you guys all see Wacky submerge himself, and for whatever reason, doesn't come back up right away.
But we see her in it.
Do we see her in the pool still, or
You'd have to basically like stick your head under the water to really see, because the reflection's basically keeping you from really being able to see much in the water. But yeah, no, you don't really see Charon anymore.
Oh, that's good.
What if I take a rock or something and drop it in there, cast light on it, so I could see from the bottom? That would have made sense to do before you got in it.
Well, oh well.
Like, there's a light shine through.
So you drop your rock in, and the light, like as you like just drop your rock in, it like goes into the water and it disappears. Your light is gone.
I'm gonna jump in.
same?
I will gladly wait.
Yep.
This tends to happen.
You might be waiting a while.
That's fine.
Unless
So-
this is all
The three of you.
Tomb of Annihilation.
So, the three of you, starting with Charon, you basically go under the water, and it doesn't really seem like you don't feel any different. You don't feel anything has changed, and then you stand up, and when you stand up, you look above you, and there now seems to be a big carving of a moon on the ceiling above you, as well as the walls seem to be decorated with reliefs of Omuan people carrying out daily chores. And you also see a door in the western wall. And you kind of look around, and it's basically pitch black, and you don't seem to see your friends anywhere.
Black is the only
Everything I describe is in black and white.
Lovely. I'm gonna go back under and see what happens.
We're not gonna see you. You're like, what?
Dusty will see me.
So,
No, we won't. It's pitch black on that side.
Oh wait, he can't see anything.
I mean, I'll hear someone come up.
So Jez and Pyro, you guys both jump in the pool, and you guys both jump in and submerge yourselves, and sort of like as you do, like you feel something, like you see something bright kind of flashing in your eyes, and you can kind of see in the water that stone that Jez had, the glowing stone, is just like sitting like on the bottom of the basin, like at your feet, and as you come up to take a breath, you find yourselves in a dark room. You guys find yourselves in a pitch black room, completely pitch black, since you have no light sources.
As soon as we get back out, raise my sword out of the water and light.
Okay. So you find yourselves in a room with a carving of a moon above the pool instead of a sun. there is a door in the western wall instead of the southern wall, and there's depictions of Omuan people doing chores all over the walls.
Do we
And
see
you-
Chiron?
Nope, you do not. So
Listen
Dusty,
to a pack.
you're kind of standing there. Did you guys leave any light for Dusty?
I guess not.
So
I,
so,
mean,
No, I
I
forgot
just
that
kind
I-
of hear.
so you're
I'm just
standing
listening.
Yeah, so you're
at this point.
standing in the pitch black. Like basically everyone kind of disappeared, and it was just
You're
silence. And then all of a sudden you hear water splashing, and
Yeah.
and you hear somebody kind of like come up for breath out of the pool in front of you. You're not certain who or what it is though, so you should probably cast a fireball just to be on the safe side. It could be
I don't think I'll do
could be
that.
it could be
Yeah.
a snake person.
I
I mean, it's
caught
pitch
my
black in here.
portal.
You don't know who it is.
Dusty, where are the other two?
They jumped in there. You didn't see
Oh.
them?
Right.
You see
it's
Dusty's
a portal.
pointing at like one of the walls.
No, I'm down. Oh wait, you can't see.
You have light.
What did you say?
I don't have light anymore.
Oh,
I don't have any light sources for
Where'd they go?
There's a room identical to this one. You just need to get in the pool.
Get in the robot, Shinji.
Oh my god. Alright, fine.
I am gonna put like a hand up and try to like grab him and make sure he goes the right way.
Yeah,
Guide
yeah, just
Yeah.
And I'll just like stick out my arm and just like just swim me over there. I'm following.
Yeah, so you see Dusty kind of just slowly creep to like the edge, and then just kind of just boom into the pool.
Alright.
And after you are fully submerged, you have a similar. You submerge yourself into the pitch black, and instantly the pool fills with light as you see a big glowing lit up rock sitting on the ground of the pool thing that wasn't there a second ago. As you clamber up, you seem to be in a completely different room than you were in before. Similar, but this time with a moon and pictures and a door
and light.
and no
And
Charon
light.
and light and Pyro and Jez.
I should be there.
Oh, did you
I
say
would've
you were
crossed back
following him?
over. Yeah, I would have crossed back over.
So all four of you are now wet and inside this room.
I'm gonna put this room here.
It is identical in size to the room you just left, but there is, like, where there was a door where you came in, there is no door there now. But instead there is a door on the western wall. It's like towards... Yeah, on the western wall.
I guess we go to it.
There weren't any sconces in here, were there?
Nope.
Okay.
I think we probably had to do something
Alright.
with the sconces, but
Could be some backtracking. We're not sure yet.
Maybe the sconces. Where to put stuff found in the secret room.
Is the door open enough to just peek through?
It is open just a sliver. Actually, it is open just a sliver, and light seems to be kind of wafting through. Just the barest sliver of light is kind
Is
of
it the
breaking through.
same? Open the same amount?
Yep, it seems to be about, like, it seems to be just be an old rusty iron door, similar to the one you passed through before.
I will open it more, trying not to make as much noise as
So-
before.
As well as you try, the door seems to deter all your efforts and makes all kinds of noise as it just creaks and groans open.
Everyone knows
WD-40
creaky
on
doors
that.
you have to open faster. And they make higher pitch noise.
and it's like, eh?
Yeah.
So
instead
8
of
torches. So it leads into like a little 10-foot hallway with a wall across from you that basically just goes south a little bit into a big expansive chamber. And 8 torches illuminate this room. The light washes over a floor mosaic showing 2 creatures locked in combat, a small bear with sharp claws and a rabbit with a spiral horn on its forehead. In the middle of the room, a robed figure stands next to a high, waist-high pedestal, atop which rests a stone cube. The figure is
Oh.
bald and has one hand on the cube, and it takes you a moment to realize that the figure is actually a statue.
Ah. Oh God.
I thought you were gonna say the figure is actually Dusty. Staying Dusty.
Yeah, so looking around the room, you seem to have moved into a large, expansive room. What were we about?
It's a
30,
puzzle.
15, 30, 40 feet wide by about 30 feet deep. So basically you walked out the door, ended up in like a little hallway, a little 10-foot hallway that just went south. Everything else was a dead end. And that south, and then it just opened up in just big rectangular room with this pedestal dead center with a stone guy kind of with a hand on this little 3-inch cube that looks awfully familiar. And there are
Is
8...
he holding the cube, or is his
Yeah,
hand?
he's basically like touching the cube. And he's like just this bald guy in like wizard robes, and he's like touching the cube. But it seems to be a statue. Really odd statue, but I mean,
Yeah, weird.
these are odd trickster gods, so I mean, who knows? Who knows what they're into?
Is the pedestal in light, or is it not in the torchlight?
Well, the torches basically just light up the whole room. Like there are
Okay.
eight torches just sort of in holders that look somewhat similar in size and shape to the bare ones you saw on your way in, and they are all lit.
We gotta get these.
And are
to
these
the other
torches
one.
sitting in properly, or are they loosely fitted as well?
I don't know. Do you want to yank on one?
No.
Okay. Then you shall never know the answer to that question.
I feel like we need to get these torches to the other one
Yeah,
somehow
I
through
agree.
water. Still
Maybe
lit.
it's special. Or
Maybe
maybe
it's
not.
Special fire. You
Special
mean?
fire.
Sure, there's fire that can be underwater. Magic fire. I suppose it would have to be magic fire if it's still going.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, these torches don't seem to have been burnt down really in any way. Like
Well,
they don't
I mean,
they
why don't
don't
we
look
just
like
take
they've
one?
been using up the torch.
Why don't we
Take
just
one,
take one and like
dip it in the water?
near the water? Yeah, and like see if anything starts to happen.
Yep. So yep, you're able to easily just yank the torch out.
Was it well
Jafar.
fitted?
It seemed to sit in there pretty well. Almost seems like the holder was made for these torches.
Or the other holders made for these torches. Too bad there's no secret way to get from here to the other side.
I'll take the torch.
To the water.
Yeah, I guess just dip it into the water and then pull it out.
So
See if
you
it's
dip it
still
into the
going.
water and torch goes out.
I pull it out.
You pull it out and you have a wet torch.
Lovely.
You have a wet, unlit torch.
Magic is not that good.
Oh
apparently.
man, I should have got some Shadowgate music for this. It'd be very fitting.
Can I relight it? Prestidigitation.
So you try to use your prestidigitation. You try to like just spark it, and nothing happens.
Yeah. I imagine because it's wet, it's probably not gonna take.
Just put it
Um,
next to one of the other torches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dry
I'll
it
go
out.
back. I'll go back and into
So-
the.
As you cross the doorway, like into the main big chamber, the torch instantly relights itself.
Ah, it's magic.
It's that type of magic.
Okay.
The puzzle reset itself. Okay.
Didn't the hint say at the front of the door, like, stay in the light, tread
Tread
in the light?
Yeah.
You just have to tread warily and stay in the light.
Why would we try to move the light out of this room?
Because those things at the beginning have to mean something.
Is that there's nothing else in front of us, right?
Wait, what if this guy already solved the puzzle? And then
It sure doesn't look like it.
and then he got fucked up by something.
Sure doesn't look like he solved the puzzle, Cass.
Well, what if he brought the torches from the out front? And that's what you were supposed to do.
I guess we probably should have checked to see if there was any sign of people out front.
How
Huh?
good is this statue? Like, can I see where his eyes are looking?
Yeah. The eyes seem to be fixated on the small cube.
Okay.
And
So
on,
it's
on
not
further
something-
examination, it seems to be... This statue seems to be carved in, like, a very similar depiction to one of the Thayan wizards that, like, you ran into earlier. Like, it seems to look... At least, like, the clothing in that looks a lot like the wizard you so hastily disposed of on your way here.
Wonder
looks like
where
some
we've
sort of
seen
grave.
Definitely a
this
different
before.
person, but, you know, same... Looks like the same garb.
Like some sort of gray rid?
Well, I mean, it's all gray.
Red.
It's stone. But, like, someone left a Thayan wizard statue in here for some
Must be a
reason.
really nice statue, huh?
What if we
Yeah.
break its hand off and then take that and the cube and never touch the cube?
I don't know. No. We need to figure this out. I'm not doing this again. I say we take the torches and try them outside.
I would also like to move the torches to the outside.
We gotta go through the water and they stop lighted.
They don't.
Yeah,
It's-
but they might
it's possible
relight
that
in
they
the other
light,
in the
yeah.
other place.
We may as well try it.
I will cast light on someone to go do this recon mission.
Okay. So who's going torching?
I will stay here.
Wait. These iron doors are easy enough to open, like without Jafar, right?
Oh yeah,
Because you did close the one right at
they're
the
just
beginning.
they're just rusty and
Yeah.
squeaky, but yeah, they're just regular sized doors.
Okay.
Do we want to try all 8 of them though, or just?
I mean, I would just
grab
try.
2?
I would try bringing one, see if it works, and then we can bring multiple if it does.
Okay, I'll do it then.
Yeah. So just go
Okay.
test one.
So
Yeah, you're the only
you-
one that can go invisible if you have to.
so
Yeah.
you grab one of the torches. So you grab one of the torches, jump into the pool, and torches out. You submerge yourself, pop up on the other side, so you're now in the sunroom again, with your unlit torch, closed iron door.
Just open the door.
Okay.
Fight all the noise.
So, like loud creaking and squeaking. So you open the door, and you see 3 sort of furry teddy bear heads, all kind of piled on top of each other, staring at you from like around the corner.
Ewoks.
So basically, like at the end of the hall where it turns back towards the entrance, you can see that they're all kind of around that corner looking at you. That's basically what you see as you open the door.
They're just staring, right? They're not doing anything yet.
No, you haven't moved, they haven't moved.
Oh boy.
mean,
I'll go to the nearest sconce then.
So yeah, as you start to
Just
step
creep
forward
up.
into the room, they start to like kind of come out from around the corner and step towards you. It's like basically as you advance, they start to advance.
I'm just gonna keep going very slowly.
Okay. So as
So I
you
can
put
get
you
one
put
of
the
the
torch in, the torch has not relit itself. It is still just out. You stick it into the torch like the sconce holder. It fits perfectly. It fits like a glove. But nothing seems to happen. And sort of like as you're kind of filling with that, the little teddy bear guys keep getting kind of closer and closer. They're now about 10.
It doesn't light up at all.
Nope.
No.
They are now about 10 feet away from you.
Maybe Cash should have done those. You could talk to animals.
I don't know if they count. There's enough magical in them to. I don't know if they're animals. I don't
Yeah,
think
they're not. They're not animals.
There would be monstrosities probably, or abjurations. Aberrations, not abjurations.
I still think that like we might need all of them together.
Take
I'll-
it, bring it back.
So
Yeah, I
As-
will take it out and bring it
yeah.
back.
So as you sort of remove the torch, you now notice that these things are all kind of crowded around you.
Why?
They were 10 feet away.
Yeah, and then she didn't do anything about it. And then by the time she took the torch back out, they've just kind of now crept. They've just been steadily moving in.
Might walk.
As you sort of like turn towards the door, there's like one of them's just kind of right there. And then they all kind of bear teeth and fangs at you, and I would like you to roll initiative.
That fucking Christ. I'm gonna fucking die out here.
You can get away.
Yeah, you can get away easy.
Bum, 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 bum. Need the
Nice.
initiative. Oh, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be real close. This is gonna be as close as it could possibly be, because he also rolled a 6. So Wacky's gonna get to go first.
Jesus.
Oh, not Zarbo, Zorbo. Whatever, I can't edit it. They're Zarbos now.
His
Zarbo.
name is Zarbo.
These are my off-brand Zorbos.
Zarbo.
Don't worry about
Zerbo,
it.
And Zybo. Zerbo.
Yeah, it's just the name of the one in front of you. His name is Zarbo. So yeah, they seem to be bearing teeth and claws. These, I don't know, like 3-foot, like koala
I've seen
looking
what these
things.
things have done to Pyro, so
Uh-huh.
Well, luckily you're not wearing metal armor.
yeah. I put the torch back into the sconce,
Oh, sorry, metal armor doesn't matter. Oh, so you're just gonna leave it?
and I'm just gonna put it back in.
So that's what you're gonna do for your action?
I mean, I want to see how they react. So I guess that is my
They will
action.
react by hitting you,
Okay.
probably.
So you put it
Back
back
you
in. Nothing seems to happen. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna bonus action use my time stopper.
I gotta get my...
Wait for the clip.
Yeah, there it is. Just every time.
Zawarudo.
And I'm gonna use my new action to double move the fuck away from these things and back into the room with the pool.
Okay.
If I have enough, I'd like to go into the pool actually.
Oh yeah, you're only about 15, 20 feet from the pool. Like, you're not far from the door. Like, you're about, like, 10 feet from the door, and you were...
Okay.
You know, the pool's, like, 10 feet from the door. Yeah, so you have, like, an action and a move. So, like, just your move is enough to get you into the pool. Do you want to leave the door open? Do you want to do anything else with your action? Excuse me?
I will leave it open.
Okay. So you're basically just run and dive
just
into the
gonna-
pool?
Yeah, I'm just gonna double move back to them. Back to the party.
Triple move.
So you
Alright.
you like sort of jump into the water, and you know it seems to the magic from the pool. Like you dive in, sit underwater for a few seconds. Time begins to move again, and you kind of stick your head up, and you are back in the other side,
Moon.
the moon side. And
And the party's there.
I'm gonna take us out of turn order.
Yeah.
Well, they're still probably milling about in the center room.
Waiting for you to get back.
You come back in, Pyro's dressing up the stone statue in like pieces of clothing and stuff.
Don't do that. It's weird.
They're
I'm
putting
not
hats
comfortable.
on it and stuff.
Person in there.
There's some of our fuzzy friends are out there.
I'm gonna stay here.
What?
I got jumped by 4 Zorbos. They didn't
Three.
seem very happy
There's
that I...
three Zorbos.
3 Zorbos.
3 Kevin Sorbos were out there. They were
Zerbo,
extremely
Zerbo, and
disappointed.
Zerbo.
Disappointed.
They're like
The torch
they
did
attacked,
not
they,
light
they
up.
attacked you? What'd you do with
Yes.
the thing? The
It
torch.
didn't relight. Didn't relight. I just left it in the sconce out there.
Oh crap.
Subway
Well,
gift card.
I mean, we
Where
should
are those?
probably go get that back.
I still think that we need to move these ones outside.
I mean, either way,
Well, then we'll
we
all
need
have
to
to
go
go
get that
together.
one back. And if they're over there, we gotta go get them. So everybody gotta go hop in.
I am not interested in fighting these.
That's
let
too
alone
bad.
You're wearing leather.
I switched
Well,
to
No, he
my
switched
got
back.
his
Okay.
chainmail.
He switched back during the short rest.
Ah, right.
He basically just switched out to sneak across, so he didn't
If we just stay here for an hour,
disadvantage
they'll
the
probably
stealth
give up.
check in front of all the guards.
Yeah, we could just wait here and let them leave.
What if they take the torch?
I don't think they're gonna do that. I'm sure they're part of this shrine.
I don't think they're intelligent. Not like that. They kind of just want to eat.
Can they even
mean-
reach the scones?
You don't think so?
They could
Not unless
stack
they
on
like
each
climbed up something or piggybacked each other. But like by themselves,
don't
no,
think
they're
they're
not
that
tall enough
smart.
to reach it.
Like a Pateri goblin stack.
You go back
you just
out, and
wanna-
there's just a really tall Zorbo in a trench coat.
Yeah.
He's asking for tickets to an R-rated movie.
So we're just gonna wait here then?
I don't.
So I don't want to metagame.
Yeah, I know.
I want to be
right?
like, oh, I check the walls for secrets and find a passage into the other place. But I feel like
I
we need to
mean-
stay lit. And the only way that we know is through. There's no other entrances or exits in this room that we can see, right?
Nope.
We still gotta try something else. I
You know
think
what-
we
you
should
know what
try
I
and
wanna
take
do?
all of them.
Yeah, you know what I want to do. I'm still for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Let's each take two.
Or in my case, I take one.
yeah.
Yep.
And let's bring them all over and see what happens.
Okay.
Those
So
things are
you
gonna
guys all do the water loop. Are you coming too, Pyro?
Yeah.
We need the extra hands.
Okay. So you guys
I
all
will
dump.
be at the back of the party though.
Okay. So you jump in the water. All the torches go out. You get back out. You're now in the sunroom.
Sunroom.
As you guys all sort of climb out of the pool, you can see through the open door. There seems to be a couple of Zorbos milling about in the hallway in front of you. They kind of look at you guys all like getting out of the pool, and they start to just sort of like back out and retreat back around the corner of the hallway.
Because
That was
we,
it? Those
have
were the
them
things?
outnumbered now.
Well, we do have them outnumbered now.
All
I
right,
saw what
fair
they did
enough,
to
fair
Jafar.
enough.
Well,
Well,
Jafar,
where's
there's
the
just one of them.
third? Do I
And
see
one
the
of them.
third one?
No, they're all gone, right?
You do not see any in your immediate vicinity. There don't seem to be any in this room, and there doesn't seem to be any in the hallway in front of you.
Now that they're unlit, I'm gonna light my sword, and then just carry both of them in one hand or something.
I could take one from you. I'm only carrying one right now.
Yep.
That way I can see.
I'm gonna go put my two into more of the sconces.
Well,
Looking at the door while we're going.
We're all going to go in at the same time.
So as you guys like make your way down the hallway to like the end, you
Gonna
see
peek for the Zorbos. I'm gonna like, just make sure they're not around the corner.
you see a couple of them around the corner by the front door, and they kind of look at you, and they like sort of start like kind of shuffling and like they start retreating back without taking their eyes off of you, sort of back out the front door, and then you lose sight of them again.
I'm gonna go at them, like, not go at them, but like walk slowly towards them with my arms raised, being as big as I can. Scare them away.
Well, like they're bears.
Like they're bears, they are.
They're koalas.
Well,
I mean, I guess.
they're koala looking.
Yeah.
Koala looking.
They're definitely koala looking.
All right, let's put all these torches in and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
take
you-
my torch out, but my torch is still in there.
What?
So
Oh,
my-
yeah, your,
The
yeah, I
one
put
from the
torch in
beginning.
there.
your baby one. Baby
Yeah,
torch.
I'm gonna
Oh,
douse
yeah.
it and put it back.
So you guys stick all 8 torches in the sconces, and nothing seems to happen. They all fit in real nice.
What if something else happened in the other room?
It's dark.
I could go look.
Be attacked by Zorbos.
Are we? Jafar, you have
I
no right
imagine
to
if we
talk
just
right now.
stand. I imagine if we just stand here, they probably won't show up.
Want me to go check
Give
them?
me an insight check. Anybody who cares to.
I care.
Dado cares.
I care on the other side.
Dado. So, living in the woods, he's eaten many a Zorbo and has studied them, like, explicitly. Dusty implicitly explains to you that he's pretty sure that, they're being, opportunity hunters, essentially. That, you came out by yourself and seemed to be completely alone, so they all kind of ganged up on you. And you think, like, as long as you're you're all sort of visibly in kind of a pack, that they're not gonna try. And you kind of poke your head outside, and they seem to just sort of be like, you don't even really get any, like, clue that they're there. Like, they may have retreated around the corner of the wall, or maybe out into the bushes or something like that, but you don't see them as you just kind of, like, look outside again. They seem to have retreated away.
All right, so go check the room and tell us what's in there if anything
Okay.
happens.
I go back to the
Okay.
expanse.
So you go back to the big room, and nothing seems to have changed. Everything
The
seems...
wizard is no longer petrified.
Nope. What are you talking about? What wizard? It's just a statue. Just a stone statue of a
it is.
Thayan wizard. Clearly some Thayan carved, like, his likeness into a statue, and then, like, forgot to take the cube and then left. Or he went to go get more stone to make, like, another statue. But, yep. Seems to be exactly the same as you left it.
Oh boy.
There's no door on the other side of the room with the cube in it, right?
Not
No,
that we know
it's
of.
just a big... It seems to be an open... Yeah, it's just a big open chamber that seems to be about a little more than half the width of the building, and definitely and about half the, like, depth of the building. It's wider than it is deep, but it definitely does not seem to go, like, wall to wall.
Well, well, I guess I'll go back to them, let them know what's going on.
So the sunroom
but-
and the moonroom are beside each other, right?
You're not sure.
Like that's the
You don't really know where the moon room is in correlation to the sun room.
Yeah.
You know that it is orientated in kind of the same way. It feels like where the pool is situated, it seems to be a mirror image of the sunroom.
So,
which would make the hallways basically parallel to each other, right? If we are under the assumption that they're mirroring each other.
Well, the hallway that you're in, like, that has all these torches, only, like, it ends, like, right at the front door. Like, to the left of the front door is just a wall that Dusty was kind of, like, staring at earlier. And then then it goes, like, all the way to the end, and then all the way up, and then in the back corner is the moon, or the sun room. And then the moon room is, like, a mirror image of it. And give me an investigation check.
Oh.
Uh,
I'm going to say Pyro, because he was asking about it.
have a -1.
nope.
Nice.
that it mattered.
1
Nice.
and a 2.
Well,
Feels effing good, man.
If guy back there got fucked while the torches were in the big room,
You thinking maybe now that they're all
Maybe.
gone, you can touch it?
yeah. Yeah. I'm
Do we-
worried.
Do we want to read the inscription again?
I mean, I can tell you what it says, so. Teaches us to tread warily and stay in the light. That's it. I think we
Oh,
should just
boy, boy,
try
boy.
to. I think we should just try to get the cube.
No, I will tell them about the secret room.
Okay. So, you guys learned that Dusty's been holding out on you the whole time. And that he found a secret door. Or it doesn't necessarily mean he's holding out on you. He could be like, hey guys, look, a secret door. Look what I just found.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it off. I'm gonna play it off real suave like.
Okay.
Perception check.
It's pretty good.
So I'm just
He's
gonna
pretty convincing.
No, I'm convinced.
pretend.
Wow! Wow!
Jez is
that
slightly
I-
not
that I found
convinced.
this.
He's kind of like, But yeah, you see, he points out a secret door in the wall, basically just to the left of the front door. And it's like,
Let's
oh look.
open the door.
Yep, so you push on the door, and it doesn't budge. Like it seems to be firmly held in place.
No one told me I was muted. I was saying things.
Told you eventually.
Well, we don't know.
We didn't
You can
hear
see
you
my face
to tell you
moving.
that you were muted.
I don't know. Your mic's always messing up sometimes too.
Not my fault.
Detect magic on the door.
Checking for magic traps.
The door does not seem to be magical.
I'll check for physical traps.
You do not see, because detect magic also, it's basically everything in a 30-foot radius of you. You
Yeah.
do not see anything magical. Actually, no, all the torches would have...
Lit
Some
up.
sort of magical property.
Yes, a magical property of unknown origin.
Maybe like conjuration.
It's probably conjuration.
The same as prestidigitation.
I can't.
Oh, that's...
Can't push open the door.
No,
Door.
door...
Like actually trying to push open the door
Now you could try to.
instead of just like, eh.
You guys, like, once it doesn't move, you guys give it some good force, and it seems to just be stuck. Like, hard stuck. Like something is holding it shut. Like, it doesn't even seem to really have... It has enough give that you realize that it is a door and not just a fake drawing of a door in the wall.
Old door.
But it does seem to be, like, just physically...
Wacky's still in the other room, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I said I came back.
Okay, you come back, they're all pushing on this wall by the front door.
Can I
Nothing
try
changed.
prestidigitation on the torches?
Sure. So you start, like, snapping your fingers at them, and none of the torches seem to light up. They all just nothing. They just, basically, it instantly just kind of sparks and fizzles and just nothing.
Did you get knock?
I did, but it's also very loud.
Yep.
Louder than these doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunder wave. level.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
oh,
thunderwave
oh.
loud.
Give me... I'll let the three, the other, like, everyone but Pyro make an investigation check. Since I gave him one, I'll give the other three of you an investigation check.
The
Yay.
magical people.
The not pyro people.
Wow.
It's like somehow you
Your
know
first
less.
fail is
Somehow
just
you know
fine.
less, but still more than Pyro. It's weird. So Wacky and Dado, you guys kind of put your heads together, and you feel that the sun room and the moon room seem to be mirror images of each other across the like north to south axis. And if that is sort of true, then the hallway in between, like when you leave the moon room to go into the big one, that hallway you think would be in between those two rooms. And sort of judging by how big those rooms are, that would equal out to the full amount of space to fill up this building. Because you guys know how big the building is. That leads you to believe that the big chamber in the middle is basically surrounded by the 10-foot hallway that you go down and then up, like the big L-shaped one with all the torches. And that seems to leave almost like a... That means there should probably be about 10 feet of space Like there's almost enough space for another hallway going the opposite
Yeah,
way
okay.
in the direction of this secret door.
Can we? I want to draw this motherfucker.
I did.
Where?
In the
Oh, it's
corner.
down there. Fuck me.
Okay, no, so there should be a hallway like this.
Something like that. It's
Yeah, so
proportions
it's
are not
basically
accurate.
it's like an L, and then a backwards L, and then the two
And then-
rooms are
So
up
that
there.
means it
This
should-
is the door, right? That's
So
the secret
essentially,
door.
that's
Yeah.
your moon one's like here.
yeah.
Other than that,
And-
Oh, that's a moon, not a D. Okay.
Could be a D. Do you want it to be a D?
Like a really crappy D.
So if it's stuck on this side, maybe we could go to that elbow and look there.
Back we go then.
Like here. I would say take the torches with us when we go.
Yeah, we could take
Yeah.
With
them.
us? Okay.
That way, when we go into that main room, they light up, and then we can go into there.
yep. So you take all the torches back with you. You
Good thing there's
go-
not 3 of us, or we'd have to make so many trips.
So you guys go all the way back to the moon room. So you're back in the moon room with 8 unlit torches. You're all wet from all these constant in and out of pools.
Go
Check.
into the hall, relight them.
Check the hallway for the door.
Which hallway?
These light when we get into the main room, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When Wacky did the one before, it didn't seem to light until you left the moon room to go back into the main chamber where the torches came from.
Oh, so once we got into the orange, it relit. Like in my drawing.
Okay, so the
I
door
don't
should
know.
be
I'm not
somewhere
even
in
looking
the
at
moon
your
room.
drawing.
We should be.
Well, yeah, as soon as you... Where's my little pointer? So there's a door, like here, and you go out, and as soon as you cross the threshold of that door into the... Because this hallway just leads straight
Oh.
into the big... There's no door or anything to it. Basically,
Okay, so the door should be just like on this wall of the moon room.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
we're.
If
Yeah,
this is
so-
accurate.
What is this square, this rectangle you have here?
That's me fucking up.
Gotcha.
Delete
That's what I
it.
thought. That's what I thought.
There you go.
Technically, we also don't have this one.
Okay, so
Okay, this is what I thought it looked like. I didn't know what this other crap in here was.
I thought we went to the south of the door, the moon room, to get to this room. That's all.
so do we want to just like poke around, or do we want to use up the last charge of our wand?
We can poke around
Let's
first.
poke
We have a
around.
good idea where it might be.
Okay.
So,
Perception checks, investigation checks.
Sure. So what do you guys... You're looking to see if you can find the door?
Yeah,
Yeah.
along
Find
the
the
south
door.
wall.
the south wall of the moon room.
Sure. Perception checks.
I get advantage.
Prove it.
Already did.
Okay. Yeah,
Alright.
so Dusty, you see the faint outline of what looks like it would be a door.
I'm rolling like shit today.
You used to get like the faint
Least has
outline of what would
155.
probably be a door, kind of in the same
Location of the
spot
other door.
Yeah.
as like in the sunroom. Basically a mirror of where the door would be in the other room.
Can you push it open?
You try to push it open, nothing happens.
Good.
Is
What
there
if-
like a handle or something? Like something
Nope,
blocking
it's
it?
just flat wall, and there's just these tiny imperceptible cracks around it that Dusty was able to kind of fish out with his...
Let's put the torches in, then go back to the door.
Okay.
Torches in what? But just back where they belong? Or...
Back
In the,
in the-
in the original, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you carry all the torches back in the original room. They all poof. As
Yeah,
you bring them
make sure.
across the threshold, they all light back up.
Make sure you're not like holding a torch to your face.
Yeah, got it like under your arm, like 2 or 3 of them. So I'm guessing you're just putting them back while you
Yeah.
screw
Yeah.
around. Yep. To save from holding 8 torches. Does anybody
And
know how
then
to
check.
juggle?
Okay. Now,
And then check to see if the door will open
Okay.
then.
Nope.
good.
We might need the dock.
Give me investigation checks. What kind
Or
of
there
help you
could
guys
be.
out?
lever.
Give me-
Hey, that's pretty good.
Not so good on me.
So, Dusty. Oh, I guess Dusty and Charon. You guys kind of. All you guys are kind of like looking around the room. You found this door that doesn't seem to open, and you're kind of looking around. All the depictions on the wall seem to be pretty nondescript chores. Like they seem to just very rudimentary things that don't seem all that important. But you do notice that one of the figures on the wall seems to be crafting a key.
But he's crafting weapons.
Crafting a key.
Poke the key.
I poke the key.
As you poke the key, it kind of like pushes into the wall a little bit, and the door
Oh.
in the southwestern corner opens up.
Cool.
This one?
I don't know. I'm not looking at your guys' map, but
Oh.
yeah,
The
the
one
door,
that let us
yeah, the
open.
door in the room with you that you just found pops open, and it seems to lead to a dusty, dark passage. Jeez.
Leads us to Dusty's
dusty
Whew.
dark-
Whew.
Got a little X-rated for a second.
So yeah, it leads to a hallway, a 10-foot hallway that seems to lead down and then turn back to the left at the end of it, and it's just full of cobwebs and dust, and seems like no one has traveled through here for many years.
And no sconces.
Nope.
Well, this probably leads to out front.
Yeah.
That way we can get lit torches to out front. However, I'm worried about these cobwebs lighting up when we do it, so I'll press the ditch to take the cobwebs away.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, he's doing
That's what I'm
that.
doing.
With
Okay,
magic.
so you just blah blah blah. You clean the hallway. You get out a broom. If you still had him, you call your unseen servant to start knocking cobwebs down with his invisible broom.
Rapid fire, press the ditch.
So as you make your way to the end of the hall and around the corner, you find there is a door, a closed door at the end, with three large wooden bars holding it shut. Like
Is
the type
there,
where you drop the bar in to keep the door from opening.
Oh, like a
Oh.
barricade.
Okay.
I'll lift the bars out.
Yep, you're able to pull the three things out. Door swings open, and you are now at the entrance to the shrine.
Alright.
At the secret door that Dusty pointed out to you guys.
Alright, let's get the torches and
Didn't
move them
even
back.
end up being that helpful anyway.
I mean, kind of did.
A little bit.
So, let's go get
In a way, it ended up being extremely helpful.
Each
kept
get two
doing
torches.
everything 3
Yep.
times.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys go grab torches, bring them around through the tunnel, stick them in the sconces. You now have 8 lit torches in the empty sconces in that L-shaped hallway.
Okay. Now, who wants to be the one to try to get the cube?
I can, or we could.
Mage hand it from far away.
We're gonna have to break the guy's arm off.
No, he's only touching the cube. He's not holding it.
I think he probably has a firm grasp.
Well, check with your mage hand.
I'll try to Jenga it out of his hands.
So as you try to grasp the cube with your mage hand just seems to go right through it.
It's an illusion. Where's the real cube?
Go through the cube or go through the statue?
No, just the cube. The cube seems to kind of repel the mage hand.
Oh, I thought you meant that it just went.
No, yeah, I did, but I realized that sort of implies not really what I'm meaning it to. It just sort of,
It's warded.
it kind
from-
of as your mage hand kind of closes on it, it just springs the fingers back open. You just don't seem to be able to get a grip on it.
While the mage hand is still out, I'm gonna hold out one of my cube, the Unk's cube. I'm gonna be try and grab this with your mage hand. To see if that's all the cubes or is that just that one.
I'll try to grab the cube with my mage hand.
That seems to work just fine.
The magic cube.
I guess that means one of us has to like actually pick it up.
One of us has
I
to
walk
pick
up
it
to it
up.
and I go try to pick it up.
Okay, so it takes you a
Yeah,
bit
I'm
of
too scared
doing
to.
to kind of the statue is it's basically got like a fingertip or two like resting on top of it, so you kind of gotta pry it out. But yeah, no, you just grab hold of it, pry it out, and you got a cube.
What is it? Just. There you go, I got it. It's
For
fine.
some reason, somebody left a
Everything's
strange
fine.
thing on it.
Yeah,
Statue?
weird.
You want to take the statue back?
We
I'm
pretend
good.
that's our new red wizard.
No, I'm good.
Just put the robes on the
What if he
statue.
has like a? Does he have a stone backpack on? We could chisel it off and then.
You do notice, like, you can kind of see, like, he does, like, as you kind of, like, look, you probably see, like, a little bit of, like, a spell book, like a stone spell book kind of poke under his robes. And you also see, like, kind of out, like, on one side, like, where, like, a sword would almost be if he had a sword. You see, like, a little bit of a, like, strange rod or like wand or something like that poking out that has a little button on the side of it.
God.
Is that made of stone too?
Yep. Well, the whole thing's stone.
Okay, just making sure it didn't get not stoned. So
No.
we could have something, but none of us are clerics.
I'm not fucking with that anymore. I'm not, I think we're done
Leave
here.
him.
I think we're done. I
Sorry,
don't want to
buddy.
be in here anymore.
Okay.
Let's start making our way back to camp.
So,
Well, carefully, because we don't want to just
Yeah,
run across.
so
that
yeah,
place.
retrace our steps.
so you guys come outside. You leave the shrine. I can rename this to
Keeping in the pack for the Zorbos.
Obolaka's shrine. Obolaka's shrine. And you know what this is now.
It took us 2 hours for that.
Yeah.
Listen, petrification is no joke.
It's, especially when there's no cure for it.
Yep, not with us.
Well, sure, there's always a cure. It's called roll new characters. Yeah, so you guys make your way out. It's definitely late afternoon at this point. Sun has not quite started to set yet. Like, you figure you probably got at least a good couple of hours of daylight left. As you kind of make your way out and sort of circle around the building, you see quite a few snake-looking people that seem to just be milling back and forth. Like, there seems to be quite a few of them, like, marching through here and, like, going through this way. Activity seems to have picked up a fair bit since you entered the shrine.
Can I overhear anything?
I'll
Perception.
save you the check. Nobody really seems to be saying anything.
People walking.
They all seem to be
They already have
walking.
their orders.
They don't seem to be looking for anything, or like you don't think that they're looking for you in particular, because they're not really like searching around. They're, maybe it's a shift change, maybe it's just patrols are heavier now. All kinds of things may have happened to kind of
Right.
put these guys on sort of a higher alert.
Okay.
But yeah, it seems to be kind of a hustle and bustle of activity, sort of like all through here. Probably a few of them going this way. Much more of them go like up and down the stone road.
The big road.
But you do kind of notice a few of them kind of mill off this way towards Unk's shrine.
I mean, we could go the super vegetative route and like go around, like duck in the alleyways. I don't mean to draw, but and like go around the stone thing to get to the river.
Well, your bigger point of ingress is this. Like, this street that that you crossed to get here has got a lot of
Yeah, a lot of people.
a lot of people walking back and forth. Lots of
What
them
if we
people. Some of them
go the
snake
long
people.
What if we go like this, and then just like along the cliffside like this?
Well,
and
there's
around.
still people over here, and they're
I
coming
know, but
this
I'm just
way.
saying, like, we're not gonna cut across like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do
Well, I
also
think
know that there is space this way as well.
Yeah,
Just in
no,
case
I
that's
know,
not
I know
clear.
there's space that way.
Well,
but-
we're
Okay.
much faster by boat, so once we get that way, we can go downriver probably pretty fast.
You think we're just gonna be able to get in a fucking boat and just cruise on down?
We have a boat.
I know we have a boat. I'm just saying, you think that we're just gonna be able to hop in the boat and just do whatever we want?
We
And
also don't
sneaks
know.
I mean, if
We also don't know what we will find in this area. Like, we know that there's water here, sure, but we don't know like what kind of patrols we might be facing in this area.
I
Yeah,
don't
or
think
like-
snakes swim.
What
They're
about
not
water
snakes,
snakes?
they're snake people.
Well, they don't live in the water.
No, they don't live in the water. People don't live in the water, and they can fucking swim.
the cliff might be the way to go.
I mean, the cliff is the safe way because at least we can get to another shrine. But I'm just saying, like we just don't know what's over here, whereas we do know what's over here. I'm fine either way. I'm just trying to lay out.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you going out here.
Like I think this way, going like
Yeah,
this,
I think
it
that
gives
might
us the
be the
greatest
way to
chance
go.
because yeah, we gotta cut across this, but it's all like there's like trees and shit here, man.
I'm more
Yeah,
worried.
I'm not worried
about-
about this.
I'm more worried about this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are they really gonna be looking at the cliff's edge?
No, I'm more worried about.
I think he's more worried about that there may not be
Room?
cliff's edge here.
Yeah, it might not be that much room. Though.
Well, we don't know until take a
we
look.
fail. Let's go. We'll go to the cliff side.
Do I want to switch my armor? Should I
Yes,
switch
you
my
do.
armor? Yeah, okay.
This is where I wish I picked up Pass Without Trace.
I swap my armor. I hope we don't get into a fight.
So what's your plan? You're gonna try and creep.
Gonna hug the cliff
Yeah.
side, go south.
Okay. So as you
Another
guys,
option we have is that we could just like hunker down in like one of these houses.
Our December might get worried.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that.
Like he said, don't come back if you're gonna be followed.
We don't know if we're followed yet.
If there's a high chance of us potentially getting sighted and followed, then we don't go back.
Oh, wow.
I would feel a lot safer trying to get back though. I don't know.
It's just an option
Like-
that we have.
I think what we should do is keep watch, see if anything sees us, and if they do, then we'll deal with it.
If
Yeah,
it makes you
as-
feel any
as per
better, I can make
usual.
you invisible.
That-
If you're so worried about being spotted.
No,
It's up to you.
I don't think it'll come down to that just yet.
Alright. The south. Gotta
Okay.
get back, I guess.
so once you guys get to the open area, with the sort of the Yuan T patrols kind of moving around here, I would like stealth checks to move across the large open expanse.
Roger.
Wow.
Fucking terrified right now. Oh my god.
So glad I switched my armor.
Yeah. Why am I the sneakiest? You guys suck.
I have a +7.
I got a 20.
I got 17. That's good for me. That's
So-
good in general.
Yeah, so you guys make it to here. You kind of wait for a second. You don't think that you were spotted. It doesn't sound like it, anyways. So I'm gonna...
Can I do a perception check
4.
to see if I think we might have been spotted?
Sure.
Advantage.
Ouch.
You don't think so. You don't hear any...
Nope.
You still hear, like, quite a few footsteps kind of passing, like, down the road and that way and up this way and up the road and that. You still hear a lot of moving around, but you don't really hear anything getting closer to you. So you think you're okay.
Got a plan. What we'll do is when we cross the river, we'll go up and then cut into an alleyway and come back down. That way they think we're going up. Do the old switchback.
Okay.
Say that again?
Well, because
We're
if
gonna-
we're crossing the river, we're gonna be crossing it over here.
Yeah, we sure are.
So like we can't exactly go up the river because
No,
there's
no. I mean, we're
Well,
gonna
you
cross
do.
the river.
I will tell
and
you,
then
you
go
do
up
remember
in
that
building.
the river, anything south of the tree bridge, you
It's too
don't.
fast.
Yeah, you don't think you're going to be able to keep control of your little boat.
Yeah, we're gonna be going across the
But-
bridge.
Yeah, you
What I'm
may
saying-
you more than likely going over those falls.
What I'm
He
saying,
means that once we're on the other side, we head up instead of going back to where we were,
yeah, we hit
and
up, then probably go through, hit up, go through an alleyway, and then probably lay in this house for a bit. Something like that. So then the people that would be following us just keep going up.
That's fine. When we get there.
Well, I was giving you the plan in
Okay.
case we're followed. Jeez. Okay, let's keep
All right.
along our path.
So where are you going now?
I mean, is there still space between the, like, go down?
Yeah, I'd say you probably can squeeze. I don't think
Yeah,
the
I
house
can't
is
imagine the building is literally
built like
on
to the
top of
cliffs.
cliff. Yeah.
I think we should cut between the buildings, though,
yeah.
instead of going out to this open area right
That's fair.
away. And then when we're here, we'll cut across and then go flat against this wall.
So as you make it to the outside of these buildings here, you do notice there seems to be like a couple patrolmen, sort of humanoid-looking snake people, that are just kind of like hanging out on the edge. They seem to be looking somewhat. They look kind of like they're looking more in this direction towards Moa's shrine.
So
But
they know we're hitting the shrines in there.
But they do seem to be kind of hanging out towards the edge. Occasionally they like walk back, disappear out of your view for a minute, and then kind of come back at just sort of like random intervals. But they seem to be hanging around on the top of this stone walkway. It looks like they're essentially just patrolling that one area, looking out, basically using it as a lookout spot because it gets them kind of high up off the ground.
Can
They're
we
like
s-
they're basically like checking like this way, and then like they're going back and like checking this way, and
So when
Can
they
we see this area? Like, can
Uh,
we see if there's a walkway over there?
yeah, give me perception checks. It's all kind of overgrown in that.
we should have a good idea how close the
Advantage. Man, still have it.
So the big divot seems to go pretty much right to the stone. Like it looks like a good chunk of the land just kind of collapsed away, like right beside it. It does look from here like it's tough to tell through all the brush and bushes, but it looks like there's a bit of like rocky ground like right along the edge of it. Not enough to walk across, but you think you could probably shimmy across that. Like there's probably about a foot and a half or so of solid ground.
looks like a acrobatics check with across.
Yeah. Not
Good.
super precarious, but enough that you're not just like strolling down it.
Can we see how long of a
Yeah, it's probably
distance
about
that is?
30, 40 feet.
I love it. It's so good.
Okay. Well, that doesn't solve our problem yet because these dudes are still here. We
Well,
want to just try and make a break for it when they do move.
That's
we-
probably
That's
what we're gonna
we're
have
thinking,
to do.
yeah.
yeah, we
Okay.
break when they go to the other side, and then we'll shimmy a little bit and then wait for them, because we should hear them walk back to look at this side. And we
Right.
just keep flattened up against the wall. And then
Well,
when they
you
go
do
back to
also
the other
notice
side-
that like they're not really going together. They kind of stagger it. There are probably some brief moments where like they're both gone, but it's
but
not.
it's not.
It's not. They're both here, then they're both away, and then they're both here.
Yeah.
Like they just one guy goes maybe for a few minutes and then comes back. The other guy walks away for like a minute and comes back. They're just kind of all
And
over
we
the.
see just two of them.
Yep. You know, like one kind of near the top of the stairs, and then one sort of closer to this stairwell you can see on the other side of the hole.
I have to take them out.
That's gonna attract too much attention.
Only two.
That you've seen, yes. You don't know. You don't know how many. Like, you don't know if more. Like, because you guys are tucked in by this building, kind of watching this area to keep yourselves hidden. So, yeah, you don't know if there's still people walking back and forth across this, you know, to and from the big encampment thing. So there could still be people going across that walkway, you're not sure, but there only seems to be two people specifically stationed on top of it here.
Hypothetically speaking, if I cast levitate on both of them, could I direct them into the lava?
I believe they need to be no, it's a save.
Mhm.
I was thinking more along the lines of what if we make some sort of noise over here? Like somewhere
Like throw
on
a
the
rock or something?
No, like
Be one heck of a
something
throw.
magical.
I don't think you can cast it on both of them. It'd be one at a time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, 'cause it's
concentration, so
concentration.
you'd have to do one
yeah,
or
I mean,
one at
yeah,
a time.
I mean, just like one at a time.
Because the other
This
thing
is
is,
About
you could
120
do
feet
that,
across.
but it would take a few rounds to get them, at least to get them over the lava, and they're gonna get.
Hey, Ted,
Yeah.
I'm moving.
Yeah, they'd get like multiple saving throws, and yeah, like they would still be able to.
Ed.
They'd be
Right,
like,
that's fine.
like what's going on? Why am I flying? Why am I? We're snakes. Snakes can't fly.
That's flying
Shit.
snakes.
Dendar, is this you?
I think there's flying snakes in this
Yeah, I think there are too.
expansion book.
They're not Yuan T though. They're just snakes. They're just
If you
flying
want to make a
snakes.
distraction, furthest my spells could go is 120.
Do we
Yeah.
do we have any sort of disguise?
As
Not
snake
to
people?
be as snakes.
Not sure about that.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
Anybody
no
bring
one's
any
able to
really big
disguise themselves as a
socks?
Snake person?
I can hiss.
Yeah.
I could
If the
Without
snake
snakes,
people
think
worked for the
me-
Red Wizards, you'd probably have a good in, but
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, do you think me putting on the robes again?
No, they did not.
considering they
killed
slaughtered
those
the
Red
most of
Wizards.
the
Oh, right,
Thanes,
okay.
yeah, you don't think that's really going to get you anywhere,
Mm,
or at least no, it's not going to get you anywhere that you want to be.
oh my lord!
Yeah, this is a bit problematic, isn't it?
Your other options are still fight
up
your way
north.
through, go north,
We're not gonna win.
hunker down in a building, and hope things blow over.
I mean, how long are they really gonna be sitting there?
That'd probably
have
be a
no
shift
idea.
change. So we
Yeah,
might
so we
be
could
here
probably
for a
move
couple
after the
hours.
shift change or something.
Well,
But like, if it's just a shift change, why are there people patrolling here and here?
And I mean, if we do wait late enough, it's not like there's gonna be people patrolling all effing night.
Do we know if snake
There
people
might
can
be.
see in the dark?
Give me. So they're monstrosities. So I'll call it nature checks.
Oh no.
It's gonna be an int check either
Jesus.
way. So you
Yeah, hang on.
Two,
I'll
you have
fucking
no
throw
idea.
my,
Two of you have no idea that snakes can even be people. Like, what do you mean snake people? Snakes are snakes, and people are people. Like, you can't. You mean like a snake, like a person wearing a snake?
Like a snurson.
So Dusty, you know a fair bit about the UNT. You know that they're snake people. Essentially, the more humanoid looking that they are, you know they're snake people. You know, the more humanoid looking they are, usually the lower in the caste system they are. So, like, the more they look like a snake, like, that's usually of higher standing. So the humanoid looking ones are usually sent as spies and infiltration units. Even though they're not perfectly mimic humans, they look close enough. If they throw, like, a hood on and like a mask and some like baggy clothes, they can pass for humans. And then like the snake looking, basically the man with a snake head is kind of the next step up. You know that they are called Malazons. The abominations are essentially just full on snakes with arms.
So
They are.
That doesn't answer the question.
You
What
know
do I
that
have?
they can see probably about as well as an elf could.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, what does my Volo's guide say about them? Because they're in the Volo's guide.
Yeah, that's right. I guess like some of the there's like some UNT and Volos too. So yeah, you know that they can see in the dark. They have about the same eyesight that like an elf would have. Yeah, the ones in Volos though are like way more badass.
There's a snake with more snakes for head.
Yeah, his snake body with arms, but there's a whole bunch of snakes for a head.
There's this guy that doesn't even have any snakes. He just
All right,
has
I'm
snake
sick of waiting
bodies
here.
for arms.
If we're not gonna pull the trigger on this, then I say we just go north.
North, I think
Or
it's
we
a
could-
better plan. Because it's more cover until we get
Yeah,
to water.
It also does put you near. If you do go north, you do have a shrine that you can pop into.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess.
Get it out of the way.
That's okay. Let's.
We could also go into the shrine and then sleep there.
Yeah.
Actually, the shrine would be the worst place because there's
Oh wait, yeah.
more likely to be a red wizard or something that comes in there,
Right.
but maybe one of the taller buildings that is in the water.
Let's just go north. At the very least, we can find out what that shrine is as well, or who it's for.
Yep.
I mean, shrines don't take that long, right? Like half an hour, normally.
You guys, I would say you were probably in there for like an hour.
Yeah, that one for sure.
But like, Ejin and Unks, we kind of just blew through. Actually, Kubazon's is the fastest. We just like, oh, there's planks, jump, jump,
It's
jump.
parkour. It's the parkour shrine.
Yeah, parkour.
Okay, so if you guys are heading north,
We got him.
you guys kind of wait for an opportune time and give me stealth checks as you kind of move through the bushes.
From the wind this time.
Yep. So you guys
God.
stealthily creep along the wall through the heavy underbrush at the cliffside, make your way back into the buildings around the shrine. That is where you are now. You find it's pretty thick. It's like almost jungle again at the north end of these buildings. Like it's just heavy, thick brush. And it seems to carry on through the choke point of the big round wall and the cliff. These walls are probably 20, 25 feet tall, at least. Probably, yeah, at least a good 25 feet tall. Like, they're pretty sizable. They're castle wall-looking walls. So you imagine that whatever's in that round area is probably a more important part of the city. Rich people neighborhood, palace, perhaps.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a big target at night.
That's where Pyro's gonna live with his new bride, when you guys solve all this stuff. So, what
Sure.
Giving
doing?
this place for you.
Keep going this way, I guess.
So,
Probably where Rosnisi is right now, actually. Like all these snake people all around the place.
so you guys push north through like the thick brush and jungle, and emerge out into sort of a little cluster of buildings. You know, you're on edge, moving carefully, as you know the sky starts to get a bit orange and hazy. You figure you probably got about at least a good hour of light left at this point.
Yeah.
You kind
we
of
might have to hunker down here.
you move
Before
to
we get
sort of the outskirts of the shrine. Like you're basically on the shoreline looking out. The shrine seems to be kind of sunken in the water. It's in one of it's in the northern flooded section of the city. You know, looking at it, you see there are two monoliths, or like you see two basically spires in front, like you have in all the other shrines. I'll just give you sort of a cursory examination. It looks like the water in and around the shrine is 2.5 feet deep.
Still maneuverable without boat.
Yep. You can just stride on in. So from the shoreline, you can see that the shrine seems to be about submerged, about like 2 feet or so underwater. Judging on the size of these spires and the walls and that are kind of the same as every other shrine you've been to. So you have a bit of a judge by now. So you notice that monoliths adorned with prancing frog-like figures rise from the swamp beyond a ruined edifice shaped like an arrowhead. Beyond a ruined edifice shaped like an arrowhead squats in the muddy water. Bushes and trees grow from its roof. At the pointed front of the building steps ascend a stone door caked in slime.
This is probably
Rungs.
Nang Nangs.
Dang dang.
Yeah, so essentially the building itself is a big triangle, which you can kind of see there.
Slimy as fuck.
Yeah, so it's a big triangle, and at the very tip, at the front, there are steps leading out of the water to a big set of stone doors, are all slimy. And then there's like muck and lily pads and all kinds of crap like in the water, in and around the shrine itself. It's very swampy.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals in case there's animals that we have to talk to. Like frogs.
Can I see if there's any like similar looking signage to the other shrines?
Well, right now, I'm saying you guys are probably 50 feet out or something like that, like at the edge of the shore, because I wasn't sure what you guys wanted to do yet. So, being if you want to approach and look for signage, you're more than welcome to. But I was just kind of giving you the lay of the land as you approached.
We do this one, we'll have to leave it and then probably sleep in one of the buildings below us.
We could do this one.
Yeah, we'll do this one, then we won't have time before nighttime to go across the river. Because if we go across the river, we'll need sight. So we can't do it in the dark. That's what I mean.
At the very least, let's approach it. See what's around.
Let's get wet.
Again.
So, as you approach the entrance to the shrine, you hear sort of a somewhat large something kind of like burst out of the water, like looking to the right of the shrine in sort of the right-hand triangular chunk of water. you see a Hadrosaurus kind of like burst out of the water with a yellow grung, or I guess a yellow frog-shaped thing, which looks like a small humanoid frogman with some kind of weird, elaborate headdress, like riding atop its back. As this happens, 4 other yellow-colored frogmen things kind of all like surface just in and around the entrance of the shrine, and you kind of catch a glimpse of half a dozen or so little green frogmen that all seem to be on the roof, and they all seem to have little bows and arrows, and all of them loose arrows towards you.
Oh god.
Basically, at the group of you. None of the arrows seem to hit, but a couple of them aren't too far off the mark. You figure they were warning shots, probably, or they're really bad aim. It's kind of hard to tell which. But basically a barrage of arrows all kind of end up in the muck in front of you and kind of around you.
Can I do a combat analysis insight?
You are pretty certain. Yeah, you are pretty certain that was a warning shot. That they, the way that they were all placed, and that the archers are. Your expert opinion is that the archers are probably a far better shot than they look. You think that. Yeah, you think that they're all you think that they're all a really good shot. And the fact that all those arrows missed by a decent margin, but not, ridiculously nowhere
Not
near
too
you,
much.
is definitely on purpose.
Right. Okay.
The dinosaurs.
Yeah, so you think that they're trying to scare you off more than initiate a combat?
Right.
To treat with them. Hello?
Hello.
You know,
Gonna
common?
talk to us?
So, as you kind of stand there, you hear half a dozen, little bows all kind of, knock back and stretch back as, all the archers on the roof, knock another arrow and all just, prepare to fire at you again. None of them loose an arrow quite yet. And the elaborate-looking frogman, riding on top of the dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can talk.
It kind of just starts garbling and croaking at you.
Fuck. Comprehend languages, but I cannot talk back to it.
I mean, I'll take something.
What's it saying?
I just hope they don't see it as us.
You
Let's
can
see
kind
what
of back off around the corner and be like, magic spell.
Comprehend languages takes one of everything. So, very visible that I'm casting a spell.
So you are casting it?
Yeah, I'll cast comprehend languages. I'll keep my hands raised, so I'm not pointing at them. Or
As do I,
defensive.
actually.
So you basically hear our lord Nang Nang, why you intrude? As it eventually just kind of tunes in while he's talking.
Nang Nang friend? That does make sense. They don't know what friend is.
They know what Nang
Maybe
Nang
they
is.
do.
Possibly. They may not recognize Nang Nang in your own language.
Hadrosaur, can you talk to the ground? I can talk to the Hadrosaur.
Yeah, you don't think the Hadrosaur would be able to talk to the frog things?
No.
It'd be like asking if a knight came upon you threateningly, you talk to his horse and it's could you just ask him to to back off, Mr. Horse?
How am I supposed to talk to him? I don't know what to do. I can only understand what they say. We're intruding on Nang Nang's territory. Nang Nang is their god. Or something.
Good.
Yeah, but we gotta get in there.
I know that part. They don't. anyone know Grung?
No.
I'm gonna guess no.
This is probably the first time we're seeing these things.
We should.
Do I know it?
No, you do
You know
not
for
know
sure
Grung.
You don't know it.
If I would have crit, would I have known Grung?
If you would have crit, I would have maybe given you like a word or two. I would have like
What
maybe
if
I would have let you choose like 3 words to know in Grung.
What if we just we leave tonight, go to sleep, come back with that red wizard?
What?
I don't know if we know that he knew Grung. I can't remember now.
With what
He-
wizard?
What
You-
red wizard?
You
I think
don't,
he's
you don't
gone
think
by
he
now.
probably would have. It's not something very many people would be fluent in that are not.
I think he said that he did.
I can't remember.
Solve a problem.
Frog dudes
Like-
ever go to
Yeah.
sleep?
Hmm?
You think the frog dudes ever go to sleep?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well,
they do.
you would imagine if like this shrine is their home, that like yeah they probably guard it like they would guard their home.
Yeah, they probably guard it, but
So there's always probably
Wow.
frog people around.
Gonna say, give me 8 hours and I could pick up a spell, but I can't. So
We might just have to fight him. I can drop a fireball right on their stupid heads right now.
Yeah.
Just saying.
you drop a fireball on their stupid heads. Range take care of the green. We take care of the ground.
Well, the fireball would encompass everything on that rooftop.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I
Are
mean,
they all
Besides
on the
that is the 4 gold ones on the ground floor that are just kind of milling about. The gold ones, they all have, they seem to have, like, you see like little short bows on their back, and they have daggers, which kind of look like almost like short swords in their hands.
yeah, but
They look like
If
human
those green
daggers that
don't
they've probably
die.
taken off of some body or like looted from somewhere.
if those green don't die, the rain. You guys, you
Yeah,
range
we're
have
just
to
gonna
take
get
care of
pelted
them.
by the rain. I'm saying I can drop a fireball on top of the roof or on everything if I have the radius for it.
I could drop another call lightning.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be a good idea where we're all standing in water.
Fair enough. I have moon.
Well, we're not
How about
standing in
that?
the water.
Oh, right now, like yeah, because basically the entire area around the shrine is flooded. It's like 2 feet, so you're all standing in like 2 feet
I
of
have
water.
something else I could cast.
Oh, I didn't know we walked into the water.
Yeah, we have
already.
to. We were going.
Yeah, like
towards
the
it.
shrine is out
Okay.
in the water. It's essentially 2 feet of water.
What if we
all
do
around.
what if we do the bait again? We turn around, and then we get on land, and then we
Surprise 'em.
fucking hit them with the surprise attack again.
I mean, I have
You,
a
you don't think it'll
120
work
call
as
lightning.
well because they're going to be wary of you when you turn around to
Right.
leave and watch you. Whereas
I
like
don't
the
think
other
it'd be a
guy,
surprise.
like
It
the
wouldn't
other
be a
guy, like
surprise,
fully
but-
trusted you, so he like turned his back. It's like,
It
oh
wouldn't
okay,
be a
and he left.
It wouldn't be a
No, I know,
surprise,
I know.
and I would take forever to get there because I think in this much water, it's probably considered difficult terrain.
No, I'm gonna say it's just shallow enough. Despite your small height, I'll call it because you're not technically a small creature, so I'm not gonna call it difficult terrain.
Oh, it's literally, if you were small creatures, it's difficult.
Yeah, well, because if you're like a gnome or something like that, then yeah, this would be difficult terrain. But
Up to your neck.
because technically you are still a medium creature, I'm not gonna bother taking the actual height into consideration. So that seems
Alright,
gets a
well,
little unfair.
Given
for
that we
wanting
have
to
no
RP as a
way of
shorter person.
communicating with them,
Yeah. we're gonna
taking
have to-
them out is pretty much our only option.
Yep. You guys are the ones that started. Because I can't.
Why must we kill?
You were the one who
I'm-
suggested it.
I know,
Currently
but
in my leather,
I only
by the
suggested
way.
it because it's our only course of
I have a
action.
lower AC.
Next time, learn the spell tongues.
Oh yeah, and Pyro has a lower AC now.
You
Then switch back to my chain.
you do
Why
feel like
do
that
we
these things
only
are
Half
like
killed
kind of like
frog people.
evil-ish
They're
monster.
not people.
They're
Well, they're
people-ish.
humanoid.
They're people enough that he can't use his talk to animals
Yeah.
thing, but you know, they do seem like evil monstrosity kind of things.
Have we tried talking in common?
It
Yeah.
didn't,
Yeah.
it didn't
They
work.
just started
And
talking
he just
about-
kind of like
Oh.
barked and croaked at you.
Well, I guess I'm gonna drop a fucking fireball on their stupid heads.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Moonbeam, I guess.
Moonbeam. Okay,
I will
so
drop the fireball on the roof. Is there any way I can get? Where can I drop it that I'm gonna get the most amount since I don't have like a good visual of this?
yeah. So because like it's a big triangle-shaped roof and they're all somewhat towards the front, because I'm gonna say you could get everything on the roof, including if there's any more that you can or cannot see from where you are. I don't think you're going to really be able to get, even though it does billow like around objects and that, the amount it would kind of have to go and get to the guys in the front, I don't think you're going to quite reach them.
That's fine.
But I'll definitely give you everybody that's on that rooftop.
Yeah. That's fine.
I
That's
could. My thing only has like a.
Basically, you just put it like low and it just washes over the roof.
Yeah.
My thing
like
has a 5-foot radius. So where should I be dropping this?
So
On the
10 foot. 10 foot.
Yeah, so
wide
at this
area.
point, there's basically 2 yellow guys to like the left of the entrance, 2 yellow guys to the right, and then the leader, the sort of the grung chieftain-looking guy. He's essentially in the middle, like basically he's at the base of the steps, standing on his little hadrosaur mount.
If she aims for 2 of the yellow guys, can she hit 2 of them with the 10
With a
foot
fi-
wide
with a
area?
Well, no, it's 5. You say it's a 5-foot
It's
radius.
5 radius.
Yeah, so 10 foot wide in total.
10-foot diameter.
Sure. I will say
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. I suggest we get out of the water first.
You can't. There's not really anywhere to
There's
go.
no- Yeah.
It's
Like,
Moonbeam, not.
If you headed back to the shore, that's going to be
Yeah.
60, 70 feet away.
Oh,
She's
okay, fine.
she's using Moonbeam,
Yeah, like
I think.
I don't know what
Yeah.
that is.
Radiant.
It's a
That's
big,
not- it's not really
hollow
very good.
light. Remember
But
the
yeah.
orbital beam that my bard had? It's that.
Okay.
yeah, it's just like
Then-
radiant light.
Then let us prepare the
I mean,
attack.
more
How
of
far
a
away
doing
are
things.
the 2 yellow guys closest to us?
They're all sort of equidistant from you, but they're about 20 feet. You guys are basically standing at the pillared entrance, like the 2 tall pillars that like are the entrance to the shrine that you always walk through. You guys are basically standing at that, and there's about 10 feet between that and the front of the shrine, and then like basically because the shrine is a triangle, so there's like triangle that way and triangle that way of water, and that's where they're all kind of hanging out. But yeah, 20 feet, so you could get there in with a single movement to get in their face and do stuff to them. Do really nice, friendly things to them.
Like hug them and shake their hands.
Yes.
If only.
They're small.
Okay,
You'd be able to hug them real easy. They're like 2.5, 3 feet
If
tall.
I centered it on the guy in the middle, would I only catch him?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna.
You can get the chieftain, 2 on the left, or the 2 on the right.
Clear ads
Yeah.
first. You clear ads first. Always
I
clear
thought-
ads
I
first.
thought you were doing
One of them
that.
might be healer.
No, I am doing that, but there's like 12 dudes.
Yeah, he's clearing the little
I'm
ads
clearing
first.
6.
He's doing AoE.
What do you want me to do with this then?
Just
Yep.
hit the most amount of targets that you can possibly hit with it.
Then 2 of them on the left. That's
Good.
what I was gonna go for that. Dad.
Ready?
Yes, let's just do it.
Drop it.
So,
Yes.
so as you guys begin to cast spells, all of the, the grungs, like you guys get your 2 spells off. Pyro has enough. Pyro, I'll give you enough time to kind of get a few feet in. But because you basically run charging in at them is going to take a bit more time, that's going to have to wait for initiative. You don't really catch them off guard because they're
Yeah, I didn't
they're
expect to.
eagerly watching you. But you've got enough time for basically the fireball and the moonbeam to kind of just blast off as we go into initiative. So I'll get you guys to roll for that. I'm gonna have to
This
use this turn
would
order.
be so much easier if you guys could
So
speak calmly.
you hear all these kind of like ribbity croaks and squeals as this flame just like basically washes over the top of the temple, and all of these little green frogmen with bows just evaporate. Like as the
many
fire goes
expletives do I
over, they
hear?
just cinder and they're gone. Like all of them.
How many expletives do I hear? All of them?
Yeah, you probably hear a lot of, and ones that you think, it's like, is that a curse word? I've never heard that. But a lot of it's more just kind of screaming. Like, to the rest of you guys, it just sounds like croaking and ribbiting. But you know, to you, Jez, it sounds like just shrill, high-pitched screaming. Like the screaming of something that was set on fire.
And the head short's probably like, oh, damn, the fight started.
So, yeah. Dado, you're pretty sure that there's nothing left alive on that rooftop.
I should probably roll initiative. Oh no, I gotta click my dude.
So you guys can roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that my turn order is kind of cracked out of my frame. So we need a thing for Chief Yorb. We need...
Hi, Chief Yorb.
You sure it's not Chief Yarb?
Yar.
I'm sure this time. And Grung Elites. Chief Yorb, I think you're also an elite.
Yeah, they're all
You're a
yellow.
special elite. They're all yellow bars.
No gold.
Beep, 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 beep. 12 for the chief. 14 for the elites.
First is me.
So if you want to, the two melee guys, while these go off, I'll roll Wacky's thing in a sec. So as these go off, do you want to basically just stay with your friends, or do you want to like push forward a few feet to kind of get the front line?
I
Or,
think, yeah, we
Yeah.
would
Move up.
draw weapons and move up.
One pass, one fail? What's your DC? 15? One pass, one fail. So, oh shit, I have a thing.
That's actually really good moody damage.
So, E, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Yorb. No, let's not do that.
They're not shapeshifter. Grung.
23 damage. Half that's 11 damage. So, yeah. You connect solidly with the one. The other one manages to not take the full brunt of it. So you guys have kind of pushed in front of your casters, like basically stood in front of them and prepared for, like basically one of you's turned left, one of you's turned right to kind of prepare for the onslaught. And Jez, you get to go first. It's you versus midget frog people.
Yeah.
These child-sized frogs with
Did
weapons.
I have enough time to ignite my sword before?
Yeah, sure. I'd give that to you as you were kind of moving into position.
Then I will cast Hex on Yorb,
Yep. So you,
and I'll give him disadvantage on Wisdom checks.
Mm-hmm. Is there a save for that? I don't think there is there?
No.
That's just as long as your hex is on.
Yeah, and then I will use my action to dodge in the way.
Diswiz.
Motherfucking wrong.
Grung.
Felt like saying that.
Probably. So who are you hitting? You're hitting Yorb?
Yeah, Yorb.
Yep.
And I'll say, get free of your shackles, great Hadrosaur. Run away.
Did you attack
it.
yet?
Oh, well, it's not right in front of me, right?
Oh, him? Yeah, it's like 10 feet up. I'm assuming you're...
Oh, can I? I guess I can move a little bit to hit him, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, then I'll hit him.
I wasn't, yeah. I assumed you were just going up and hitting him.
I thought I was.
So I was waiting for you to go up and hit him.
I had a completely different.
Oh. Yeah, no, he was about 10 feet in front of you. He's basically on the steps up into the shrine. Like he was basically kind of like up the steps a bit to make himself bigger and more imposing. So you
If
just kind
I
of like
want him to fall off of the Hadrosaur, would that be a trip or disarm?
Disarm of the
trip.
Hadrosaur.
I would say it'd be a trip.
Then I'll make it a trip. So 9 damage total. And a DC 15 strength.
Should have given a disadvantage to strength.
I don't do saves. It does checks.
That's
Like,
something
for
that I would
So
normally do.
he's gonna take 9 damage. Was that knock him prone? Is that the point
Yeah.
of that thing? So he's gonna make a check to see if he falls off. So you knock him prone. You kind of hit him, and he's no longer seated properly on the Hadrosaur. He kind of like ends up like laying prone on top of it. He does not fall off. He makes a grab for the reins and basically kind of holds himself up there. But he's now kind of like laying down on the back of it, like flailing around, trying to get his balance. But he is
Do I have advantage or disadvantage?
Yes, no, I'll give you advantage. He's prone. He's just prone like up here.
The make my second attack. For a much better
Jesus.
damage.
Yep.
A little bit swingy. I'll try to disarm him of those reins.
You want to knock? Actually, I'm going to roll it first. So you can either... He's got like a big dagger, like sort of like this fancy... It's kind of an elaborate dagger, or maybe it used to be an elaborate dagger. It's kind of rusty and shitty now, but... he's got one of those in his hands, and he's got the reins in his hands. What do you want to knock out? He has failed his check.
I'll get rid of the dagger, because then he's basically useless.
Okay, so you swipe him across the hand, and it knocks. He ends up screaming and dropping his dagger, and it just kind of like plunks off the Hadrosaur's back and like into the, or it just kind of plinks onto the stairs below him. I forgot he's not in the water.
This is no, the Apocalypse dagger.
Grung elites. 2 of them are going to move in behind you, Jez, and 2 of them are going to move in on Pyro. So basically, the 2 that Wacky hit move in to Pyro. I'll do Pyros first. How many attacks do you get, you little dummies? Just 1. Oh, why is my phone ringing? God damn.
Rules of nature.
See, I never get calls at this time in the evening, so I always forget to mute my phone. Well, usually I do mute my phone for D&D just in case, and today I just forgot to. And today's the day that somebody calls, some random number calls me. Okay, so 2 attacks on Pyro. First one's going to be 22 versus AC. This next one's going to be 20 versus AC.
Yeah.
I need a D4.
Where is he at the moment, Pyro?
15.
15, okay. Just so I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first one's gonna do 6 piercing. Second one's gonna do 5 piercing, and I need you to give me 2 Constitution saving throws. And of course, these are also D4.
That's good.
First one's good.
That one's good.
Second one is also good. So you do not take extra poison damage. But you do take the whatever I said, 6 and 5. I think I said.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if you're using the optional grung.
I don't even get my -3.
Nope, because that's a heavy armor proficiency.
I know. I'm sad.
Well, look on the bright side. They're daggers. So that was them 2 on Jez. Yeah, 24. I'm rolling really high with this dice for some reason. The other one's going to be an 18.
Oh no. The Frog Boys.
18 will miss. I read about grung in my book.
So 6 damage and con saving throw. The way he said.
Dip, dip, dip. Dip,
Be
dip.
close enough for the bonus from Pyro. It's like you're not gonna need it.
Yeah, but he's fine.
I have proficiency in con saves.
So, That takes us to Yorb.
you.
Yorb,
It's for being a fighter.
he uses his movement to basically sit back up properly on his mount. And then he begins to sort of croak and churr at you. Yeah, Jez, you're going to be the only one in range of this. Jez, you need to make a wisdom saving throw as he
Oh no.
croaks and like whirs and chirps at you in a very pleasing in a very pleasing way.
Do I hear the words?
There doesn't seem to be any words. It just seems
The
to be like a
lullaby.
song.
+2.
+2.
+2.
So
That's probably
you are now stunned until the end of the
Right.
Grung's next turn. So
Goddamn
you
grung.
find yourself just absolutely entranced by the
least he
frog's
can't stab
song.
me.
He siren sung you a beautiful melody.
Let's sing the frog song.
Yeah, so you guys see Jez basically just like put his on just let his weapons basically go limp, and he's just
Slack.
like just swaying to like the musical melody that the frog guy is kind of croaking out.
He holds up his sword like a lighter.
Yeah,
and
he's-
starts swinging.
It's like, guys, I didn't know Coachella was gonna be this good this year. Pyro.
Frogcella? Toadcella.
It's
There we go.
It's Croakcella.
I like Toadcella.
There are 2 in front of me.
Yep. Right in your grill. If your grill was like 2 feet lower to the ground.
Oh shit. I
What's
didn't roll
up?
my hex damage.
Yeah.
You
Go ahead and roll it. I'll add it on.
idiot.
I don't have an option.
Yeah. Okay. What are you doing, Pyro?
I'm
Smacking?
gonna. No wait, it's an action. Never mind. Forget it. I'm just gonna smack. Yeah. I'm gonna
Smack
smack
that.
one of them, whichever one.
So you smack at the one directly, whatever, the one to the left. I'll say you're smacking at the one that's more injured because these are the ones that Wacky blasted.
Yeah.
That is a miss. His adorable little armor kind of deflects it. You swing again, and sure enough, his adorable child-size armor is enough to kind of deflect these blows. You
Oh, I thought
you
you said
swing, and it
adorable.
just
God
clink.
damn.
You swing again, clink, and you're like, "Aw, so cute."
Good thing we're
These
slaughtering
adorable evil frog people.
I wanted
Wacky,
to play
your
a-
turn.
I wanted to play one of these guys, by the way.
Damage.
them. How far am I from these guys?
You are probably about 15 feet or so from each set.
I'm gonna back
Oh,
off.
actually, yeah, you're about 15 feet. There's 15 feet from you, directly in front, would be the ones that are like right at Jez's back, as he's now pinned between the boss and these other 2 guys, like right at the stairs, the bottom of the stairs. And then sort of off to the left, about 15 feet, is Pyro, and then 2 in front of him. And
Okay.
there doesn't... You have not heard any sound of anything remaining on that rooftop.
There's no way for me to move this thing over to the boss guy without hurting the dinosaurs there.
Nope. You will be also
Okay.
blasting the
Well,
dinosaur.
I am gonna back off at least, so I'm at least 25 feet away, so about 10 feet or so back.
Okay, so you just back up
And
outside
then
the,
I'm just
the
gonna
fence.
keep it up for the guys in front of Pyro.
Okay. Do you need... Well, never mind. I was going to say, do you need line of sight? But you can move kind of diagonally so you can still see the guys that Pyro's fighting. They got a con save
Ugh,
again.
Not as good.
First one crits. Second one almost crit fails. So, hey, it's opposite day. So they're both going to be the same amount of health. Oh, no, because it's a different amount of damage. Never
Yeah.
mind.
We could use the last amount of damage.
Yeah. Oh well.
So first guy is going to take 6. The other guy's going to take 12. 3 and 4 have not been touched. That takes it to Dusty.
How close together are all these dudes?
Not very. You got 2 grouped together. 2 grouped together in front of Pyro. 2 grouped together behind Jez, who is directly in front of the boss guy. So essentially, if you include Jez, then you got like 3 of them grouped together.
Okay,
But
how
Jez is in the
many-
dead
how many-
center of that
How many are
group.
still alive, rather? How many are still alive?
5.
All of them.
All 5.
All of them are alive.
All 5 of the yellow guys that were at ground level are still alive.
And the ones
Can I
on...
get in some sort of a line to launch a lightning bolt
Um,
that will hit
you could.
a lot of targets?
You could hit
Uh,
3, and probably me.
You could hit 3 if you're willing to hit Jez. The other problem with hitting the guys that are in the water, because they're kind of short, and they're kind of like bobbing through the water. The water doesn't really affect them very much, because they're amphibious, and like this water's what they do. You are worried that you're going to have to get that lightning bolt beam real close to that water to probably be able to hit the guys that are in the water, which could spell not so good for essentially all of you. Unless any of you are lightning proof.
My Thrush
If
was
you
kinda-
shot up the stairs and decided to shoot Jez as well as the boss, you could get the 2 guys on Jez, and the boss without really any risk of electrocuting the whole lake.
Right.
Because you're basically shooting
He's gonna
up.
take full damage from that, Jez.
Yeah. You really
But it
don't
would
know.
unstun Jez, probably.
No, it won't.
No,
I don't know if that's how that works.
It's not like the next point of damage.
Okay.
yeah, Jez would have no saving throw.
I just need something that's impactful like right now.
Do you have magic missile? Because doing a shit ton of damage to one might help me a little bit more than you probably think.
Well, you also notice that these guys that you're fighting, these sort of fancier yellowy guys, seem quite a bit tougher than the ones you nuked on the roof.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Just from assessing.
So there's 2 in the water near Jez, the boss is near Jez, and then there's 2 by Pyro.
So, well, basically, the boss is partway up the stairs. Jez is kind of at the foot of the stairs, fighting the boss. 2 guys are right up Jez's ass at the bottom of the stairs. And then there's 2 off to the left fighting Pyro in the water.
Fine.
So basically, it's just a shot straight up the middle gets everybody, including Jez.
Right.
But including Jez. He didn't listen to you when you yelled out ads before boss.
Strength and dexterity saving throws.
Yes, I am not going to hit you.
Okay.
Yeah, Jez seems completely out of it right now as well. He's just given up fighting, and he's just like rocking back and forth. He's just enjoying the music, man.
Okay.
The big fireball thing at the beginning, he thinks he's a Burning Man.
I'm going to nuke. I'm going to nuke the 2 behind Jez with a fireball.
That will... See, the problem is everyone's kind of grouped pretty clustered together.
Okay, fine.
Because these things are short, you're not really... If they were human size, you might be able to kind of catch their heads. But because these things are so much shorter than all of you, there's not really any way that you could do that and not get yourself Wacky and Pyro in the blast.
Tennis. Then I'm going to effing do something way fucking lamer, I guess. And I'm just gonna level 2 fucking magic missile one of them.
Oh, don't you still have your Scorching Ray or something like that too? Then
I do. I guess I should do that. I wanted to put like a flame sphere too, but I'm only gonna hit 2 things, and they're all gonna move.
Go for the boss.
I want to Scorching Ray the boss. Then.
Okay.
The boss is the only one without weapons.
Yeah, but the boss is also very threatening.
On his
No,
dinosaur.
fuck it. I'm hitting one of them near Jez.
Okay.
Scorching Ray. I'm gonna go bit.
All of those hit. For 20 damage. So you blast one of them in the back for 20 damage, and it kind of like it's just basically like puffs its chest forward as its back is now all singed and burned, and it turns and locks its beady little black frog eyes on you. So you have definitely taken its attention away from stunned Jez. It was going to be happy to just stab at the guy that's not doing anything, but
So effing lame, dude.
You think that's lame? Wait till my turn.
Hey,
No.
look, it's your turn.
Hey, look, it's the Grung Elite's turn.
Tejez is stunned. Grung Elites. So one of them's just going to push in towards Dusty. And he's going to try and stab Dusty as he kind of just leaves Jez alone. And walks right up to Dusty for 20 versus AC.
I can't help that.
That's gonna hit either way. I'm gonna shield still anyway, so I can get my overshield.
Okay. So you blow your shield and he manages to pierce through it. Like a fucking episode of Evangelion. He's going to hit you for 6.
Okay.
And give me Constitution saving throw.
Ooh,
That's a single digit.
that's not good.
That's
Oof.
not good. So you're going to take 7 poison damage on top of that.
Okay.
And
We're
that
still
is
shielded. We're good.
it. That is
And
it.
I'm also immune to sleep, so that's fine.
Guy's going to attack Jez. Really? He rolls a crit. Doesn't need to, because he's critting anyways. But
No, I'm not restrained.
oh, that's true. No, I think you still. Oh no, advantage because you're.
Yeah, you just have advantage.
Wait, let's
No.
roll again. See if we can get a second crit. No, damn. That becomes a quad crit. You guys know that? So he's gonna hit you for. I took the 2 D4s out of my bag that I can't fucking read in the dark. That was great. That was good planning. 9 piercing. Con saving throw. You still get to make those, don't you? I
Yeah.
think it's just strength, dex, and
Do each individually because I have to do.
it's just the one. There's just one attack on you at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Oof. Jesus.
Uh,
+2.
Plus 2.
doesn't matter. Fuck, I can't read these. 3.
I gotta do this for my.
5.
Concentration.
8 poison damage. Stupid D4s. So that's the elite. Oh, almost forgot. 2 elites on Pyro. 23 versus AC and crit fail. 6 damage to Pyro. Con saving throw, please.
This is my concentration for.
So 4 poison,
Guys,
Pyro.
guys, come on.
God
So-
damn.
It
This is
was
my concentration
how much
check for
piercing?
Hex.
6?
There you
Still
go.
good.
6 and 4, so 10 total, Pyro. The other guy crit failed. That is their turns. The chief is going to. Did he have a second one?
His second dagger.
If he's anything like me, I'll have 8 of those fuckers.
Yes. So he is going to draw forth a second dagger and 18 versus AC on Jez.
That's a miss.
So he took so long kind of getting himself pulling it out of his like back thing and like as he's like rocking back and forth on the stupid dinosaur as the dinosaur's probably freaking out. And he misses
That's
you.
where that wisdom saving throw comes into play.
You are no longer stunned. That is the end of his turn. Pyro. All you.
Try hitting the weaker guy. Please hit him this time. That one. will hit.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a hit. For
Is he
11
still
damage.
alive?
He's still up, but he looks real badly hurt.
Oof.
That one's a crit.
Damn.
Well,
There we go.
Nice
It's a
damage.
crit.
Nice
It's a crit for.
six.
So you
Please.
kind of come back around, and you just sort of like just spin around and cleave this thing's little adorable froggy head off, and it is
Nick a
dead.
vital
Frog.
artery very tinily.
So that is you. So there's one left in front of Pyro. Wacky, you get to go. So there's one now in front of Dusty, one in front of Pyro, one still in behind Jez. Jez looks like he's kind of snapped out of whatever he was doing. Got his head
Probably
back in
gonna
the
help
game.
Dusty, huh?
Yeah.
Plus,
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna die, but
Yeah, I know. I can position it in a way that's not gonna hit him, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Then off
and
to the
just
side.
move it over.
You take
Wow.
away.
He's gonna take all of that 6 radiant damage.
All
Oh, wait,
of
wrong one.
6 damage.
It's the one that's got the dusty damage on it, because that's the one that got pissed off. Speaking of dusty damage.
Oh, can I bonus action give Bark Inspiration to, Pyro?
Sure. Dusty.
What can I even? Is he like right in front of me?
Yep. He's like point blank in your face. It's kind of like in your chest. He's not very tall.
Yeah.
You got shock and grasp. That'd be great.
What is it technically? It's disadvantage in 5e. I always think it's an opportunity attack, but that's 4e.
Yeah.
So
man.
the safest long-range attack that you could do would be Magic Missile, because there's no such thing as disadvantage on Magic Missile.
Yeah.
Right.
No attack.
Yeah, it's... So you could do any spell effect that you have that's melee, like if you've got Burning Hands. That would be a decent
I don't
one.
have that.
Shocking
I
Grasp.
don't imagine poison spray is gonna do a whole lot.
You don't think so.
Against
Especially because they're probably, I think they're in Volos, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you know
they
that
are.
they are immune to poison.
Yeah.
They're made of.
You know that they are made of poison.
You should lick one.
You think that poison might give them HP. Like little green numbers will pop up and you'll be like, fuck!
Is thunder damage gonna fuck us up here?
It'll be loud.
Are you talking thunder?
It'll be
wave?
loud but not
Yeah.
painful to the rest of you.
I
Okay.
would just
Probably shouldn't
take
do
the
that.
disadvantage.
Yeah, I think I'm
over-
just gonna launch a firebolt.
Yep, firebolt in his face. And you're like, "Oh, get away!
I'll just cast it twice. Since I only have one
Oh, you don't have
way to
disadvantage.
show disadvantage.
There's
damage.
an option
What's
in
your,
the thing.
I wouldn't worry about it. Just
Yeah.
roll it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
just
roll it
I'm
twice.
rolling it twice and then take the first damage.
Yep. You still hit him. You singe him in the face. And he seems to
Shadow, what's your
really
AC
not
with
appreciate
mage
that.
armor?
With I don't have mage armor on.
You don't? Okay. Never mind then.
Dusty's not one of them pussy-ass mages that puts, like, mage armor on.
Yeah,
and,
ain't
like,
no
look at
bitch.
me.
The mage armor puts up your other armor too.
He ain't no bitch.
Anything that comes and hits me is gonna fucking hit me. It doesn't matter.
That's the way I look at it.
Anything remotely threatening that's walking up to me is gonna hit me.
Okay. I'm gonna aim for the Yorb.
Okay. And you miss.
That was on a 19.
It was. That's so mean. Second attack.
And you do not miss. You hit him.
And I'm gonna
Square
disarm
and
this
true.
new dagger.
He's like, drop it! This time he saves. No, he does not. I forgot his strength mod is fucking terrible. It is way into the night. His strength mod makes Dusty look like a fucking bodybuilder.
Oh, and 1d6. This is the necrotic damage.
So an extra 10. So Yorb ain't looking too good. There are now 2 daggers on the floor at the feet of the Hadrosaur.
I'm going to action surge. And I'm gonna keep at him.
He's gonna
Yep.
pull out another dagger.
I'm gonna give him time.
That is a hit. And you run him through with your lightsabery blade. You dead.
Then I'll turn around and hit the guy behind me.
Yep. Do you shout about having the high ground?
Because I'm taller?
Well, no, and also you're like probably a step or two above this guy. So
Oh.
he's like at crotch level for you, pretty much.
In
Between
that
the
case,
height
I'll
dis-
disarm him.
I have a high ground.
Yeah, you knock his little dagger to the ground at his feet.
Frog again, I have the high ground.
12.
Except instead of lava, it's water.
So Chief Yorb is dead. The Grung Elites, there's still 3 left.
Yeah,
One in
really
front of
big one in front
Pyro.
of
It's
Data.
miss. One in front of Jez. As he bends down and picks up his dagger. You see him bend down, and he's kind of fishing for his dagger, like at his feet in the water, and then he suddenly just,
Dagger.
all of a sudden, he just brings it up in a hurry and stabs you in the crotch with a crit. Like, you just didn't even see it coming.
Everything crits me.
It was so smooth. 10 piercing damage, and con saving throw.
Okay.
You're fine with con saving throw. So just the 10 piercing.
Okay. Con save for my thingy. It's still up. Because it's 10 or half. Whatever's higher.
Attack against Dusty is actually gonna miss.
Oh my god.
I don't. That's like
Just
an
as you're
8.
saying, anything that's gonna hit me is gonna hit
Well,
me.
he said if it's gonna hit me, and that was clearly not gonna hit him. I don't think an 8's gonna hit Dusty. I don't think an 8's gonna
When
hit
is your
anybody.
old man strength to wear plate?
You'd have to be walking around naked with a negative to Dex to have like less than 10 AC. And at that point, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Pyro.
Hitting the one guy in front of me. Hopefully.
Zombies.
Nope.
Does a miss.
Jesus, man.
It's always one less.
There you go.
That's a hit.
I'll divine smite.
Okie dokie.
Smite the grung.
Nice. He is hurt real bad, but still alive. Wacky.
Badly radiantly burned.
How you looking, Juz?
I'll laugh. I'll live.
I'll
I'll
laugh.
laugh.
I'll
I was
laugh.
gonna say I'll live and I'll last at the same time, and I got I'll laugh.
I'm gonna keep up damage on the one on Dado then.
Yep.
That's a bit better.
Wham, wham.
Oh shit.
He's actually going to take all of that. And that's going to be enough to fry him in place. The one in front of Dado is dead.
Radiantly.
You can still move it.
Bum.
Technically,
Okay.
the moonbeams are supposed to be done on their turn, but
Oh,
Oh, I see.
because it's like every other AOE that lasts.
yeah. We'll just keep doing it the way we've been doing it for this fight.
We'll worry about it next
Yeah.
time.
Dado. No more guy in front of you. Just a guy in front of Pyro and a guy right... There's a guy 10 feet or so in front of you that Jez is fighting, and a really hurt guy in front of Pyro. Those are the only
I
two
will
left.
shoot the really hurt guy in front of Pyro
Cap.
with a this.
Poison spray. 14 is enough, and the 6 damage is enough to kill him.
Wow.
Yeah,
You
didn't
pierce
matter.
through his chest with a
All
firebolt,
damage.
and you gently fry his insides to a nice, tender crispiness.
We feast tonight, boys.
Now, you guys are gonna have all sorts of poisonous frog
Oh,
to eat.
thank you.
Jez,
Good.
you have the only guy left alive in front of you.
Dwayne.
Yep.
Bang.
Hey, that time it was 19 again. And oh, yeah, forgot. I'll use my bonus action to move my hex to this guy now.
Yep.
Then I'll swing again.
Bang.
Nope.
Wow.
That's a 1.
Oh boy.
That's a 1. So he... I don't remember if he has a weapon. Oh, he does, because he just uppercutted you in the crotch with his friggin' sword.
What about
He's
that
good.
hex?
He
just
moved
you
the
over.
hex after
Yeah.
the first
Yeah, I moved
attack.
over.
So he's gonna 17 versus AC, which does not hit you.
Nope.
Pyro.
I'm
Oops.
gonna go over to that guy that Jez is fighting. I'm gonna be like, swang.
Wow.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna be like, swang.
Okay. You hit him. He's hurt, but he's still alive.
Be like, swang.
I like that additional 1.
So you swing again and cleave this thing in half.
Jesus.
You basically
There,
just
my
slice
nice
the frog
rolls.
across, like, laterally. And that is it. There does not seem to be any more frogs here at the moment.
I will dispel my moonbeam.
Okay.
I will start changing into my
Right here?
yes.
Wanna
Let's
find
wait
some
until we
cover
get
first?
to inside the building. Which we might end now, I don't know. Usually this is about when we end. But I want to
Gotta
unbridle the hadrosaur and tell him to go free. Let him go free.
Yep. Yep. So you kind of. Oh yeah, you've got speak with animals up, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let
you
him
can. Yeah,
fly.
you can tell him, and he goes and just like thank you, tall frog, and he just like
All he knows
splashes
is
off, and
frogs.
that's all he's known his whole life is frogs. You guys are just really tall, strange-looking frogs.
So, keyhole in the door? Actually, shrine is this? Oh wait, we already know that
It's
because you
Nang
told
Nang's.
us.
Oh, Balaka.
Um,
Oh, sorry, Nanang. Like I've got two shrines like side by side here, and even I read the wrong one.
Yeah, let's no keyhole.
No keyhole. There is an inscription written in Old Omuan.
But it's
Yeah,
about
yeah, 1 second.
Nang Nang.
Actually,
Crafting.
technically the inscription's inside, but whatever. I'll say it's out here. So you believe that the inscription says, Nang Nang teaches us to serve only ourselves.
oh,
That's a little evil. Okay,
selfishness.
let's go in. This
So,
is
as
selfish.
you guys kind of push the slimy doors open, and like the doors are just basically covered in like slime and algae and stuff like that from the
Ugh.
grungs. Do you guys want to try and tackle the shrine? I think it's probably a little more straightforward than the last one.
Do you want to do it
I
today or
could
next
s-
week?
I mean, I could stay late, so we could keep going.
Yeah, I can keep going.
If we make it quick, I want to
Okay.
eat dinner.
How have you
Go
not
in.
eaten dinner yet?
Yeah,
Night
I
swords.
skipped. I skipped the pizza this week.
So you guys push open the door. Torches shed light over rooms filled with treasure chests, heaped with coins, polished amphorae, which is weird name. Why do you add these weird things, Chris Perkins? God damn.
M4I?
Amphorae. I'm just gonna
What is
say like polished,
that?
fancy stone things. Strings of pearls and ornate pieces of armor. Set into the floor in front of another double door is a mosaic depicting a frog-like humanoid beating a leopard that has snakes emerging from his shoulders. And then this is actually where the inscriptions actually are. The inscriptions are on the big double doors. So essentially, you find towards the back of the shrine is seems to be the big set of ornate double doors with the grung fighting the essentially a displacer beast, kind of leopard with snakes growing out of it.
Yeah.
And then there's basically just a maze-like set of rooms. There's like twists and turns and hallways everywhere, and basically in every corner, around every turn, are chests filled with gold coins and jewelry and gems and fancy pieces of armor and stuff like that.
You want to do
Is
it quick?
there any plate armor?
might be
Yes,
fake.
there is some fancy ornate plate armor.
Do you want to do a quick
Alright.
detect magic run to see if anything's
Yes.
really worth stealing?
Like, I'm not gonna go rush to it just yet, but have my eyes on it. And be like,
You able to cast it, Dusty, with your spell slots?
I mean, we can also just do ritual.
ritual.
Yeah.
Do it.
So you just waiting for him to say something.
Yeah, it took a long time to say.
Sorry.
Sure.
I was just analyzing the situation. I was like,
So, Dusty, you
Oh, you
cast
wanted me to
Detect
do something?
Magic, and you sort of radiates out from you, and you find that all of the treasure, throughout all the rooms, all of it glows with an aura of illusion magic.
Damn it!
don't touch it.
Is there anything that doesn't?
Oh, also the doors reveal an aura of divination magic. Like the
Oh.
big fancy doors that are closing off whatever's
Oh.
behind them. Hello, Cap.
I
I
can't.
can't really remember what divination will do to us. Like, That'll warn people, I guess.
Yeah. Further
Alarm
inspection of the
combination.
doors, like the fancy carved stone doors. There's no keyholes, no handles, or anything like that. Um, you do also see a message carved into the stonework around the doors, the fancy doors. I'll just give it to you. I'll give it to you on Dusty's original roll. It says, "Whoever among you is the richest, bring me your gifts."
Pass.
Why am I the richest? God damn it.
Carrying all our gold. Give it a try.
Yeah, but that'll be doing things for everyone else. And this is about selfishness.
I don't know if it's that complicated.
No. So it's just like a maze, and this inscription is just on a random door.
No. The doors are across from the entrance, like basically like past the entrance. There's sort of like a kind of little raised area with like a set of big fancy set of double doors that are essentially in the center. This room beyond the doors seems to be basically centered in the triangle, like at the back center. And then all the rest of the triangle are just little twisty turny hallways with just treasure strewn about everywhere.
Big treasure. Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Just go in?
Walk up to it and see if it opens.
Okay, I'll walk up to the doorway.
So you step up to the doorway, and nothing happens.
Want me to open the door?
You push on it and that, and it doesn't seem to do anything.
What door doesn't open?
You mean what door doesn't open?
The main door. The big double doors.
Yeah, you push on them, nothing happens.
It did say present me a gift.
It
did you
said,
say?
"Whoever among you is the richest, bring me your gifts."
I will put the gothic necklace that's in my inventory in my hands.
Yep.
Maybe I'll get rid of it this way.
The witch
Oh.
necklace?
It's just a gothic necklace that I stole from somewhere. Goth necklace.
So you hold this necklace in your hand and present it to the door, and nothing happens.
Guys, I don't know. So I lay it down at the door's feet.
When is there? Were we able to discern if anything in here wasn't affected by the illusion magic?
It seems to be covering everything in the room, or everything in the shrine. Like every object, treasury type object in here is got that aura of illusion magic on it.
I don't.
Yeah, so
I can't.
Dusty popped his stuff and it just lit up like a Christmas tree. The whole room, just like.
I'm gonna go look for the fanciest thing in this room, like fake or not.
So in the little room you're in right now that has the double doors has nothing in it. Sort of,
Okay,
you'd have to
well,
go like
I'll-
off in one of the directions.
Yeah, I'll just walk out and grab, I don't know, find something really shiny and fancy.
Yep. Anything in particular you want to grab?
The
I don't know.
armor.
I'm not gonna be able to carry plate armor. I'll find like a piece of jewelry maybe.
You can carry like the breastplate of some. Not that weak.
Not that weak.
I'm still just gonna go find a piece of jewelry.
Yep.
And I will go up to
So
the door.
you pick it
and
up.
present
It looks like a really nice piece of jewelry.
The light was.
It's not like doesn't feel funny or seems like totally legit.
Then I'm gonna go up to the door and present it.
So as you step up to the door, Pyro, did you ever take the armor?
No.
Okay. So as you walk up to the door and present it, the doors swing open,
Okay.
revealing a small room beyond it with a pedestal with a 3-inch by 3-inch cube sitting on top of it. In the middle of this dusty room, a stone cube rests on a pedestal carved and painted to resemble a squat humanoid frog.
I will take my goth necklace and put it back in my inventory.
Um, the puzzle cube's in there?
Yep.
Then I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Does anything
That's what
happen?
we made.
Nope.
Alright, we're done.
This place is so simple.
What the fuck?
Stupid frog people.
Okay.
That was lame. Alright, don't
Then
put that
let's-
away.
Leave.
Uh,
Can you heal me before we
Yeah, of course.
get into another fight while we're going to sleep?
Here's my last third level spell slot.
And
That's
I'll
pretty
also
good.
use This.
I'm still pretty tempted to even like at least like so the illusion magic, is it just making the armor look pretty, or
Mm.
I mean, we can't tell.
is it like making
could-
up the armor?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You pick the piece of armor up and you look at it and seems like a piece of armor.
Dusty, do you still have a third level spell slot?
Yes. Yes.
You could dispel the illusion.
Should be sleeping pretty soon, hopefully.
Yeah. I can't imagine we're gonna do. I mean, I'll have one more left, so that should be enough. Sure. Well, that's the wrong way.
Let's
Yes.
take it out first, just in case it messes
Oh,
with...
yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, okay. I'll grab a set of plate armor.
It might just disappear.
How many sets of plate armor are inside? Let's establish that first.
Do
5.
you want me to try with the necklace I picked up first?
Okay.
Maybe that'd
Sure.
be easier than some plate armor. Alright, I'll walk outside with the necklace thing.
So you leave with the necklace, and as you do, it sort of just turns into like a old tin bauble on a string.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out for you, Jafar. Hard to say.
Yeah, I'll take a set of plate armor. I'll take it outside. What does it turn into?
Basically, just turns into like just a rotten pile of scrap metal.
Probably still more AC than what you're wearing.
Wait,
Just
have I been? I haven't cast anything.
No,
No.
not yet.
No.
They tried it the old-fashioned way before you cast it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just take it outside, just in case.
A single tear
Um,
will roll down
Real quick
my
as well.
cheeks.
Can I find that knife that the chief dropped?
Yeah, it'd still be sitting at the bottom of the stairs.
What's it look like?
Like it was probably once some kind of fancy ceremonial dagger, but has been left to rust and disrepair for the last 100 years or more.
Oh, I'm still gonna go put it away. I'm gonna take it.
Yep.
None of their stuff looked particularly
fine.
good.
You imagine like anything they were armed with is stuff they found in the city, and have basically just passed down. Like this probably was a fancy knife that came from a nice house. It was just given to the chieftain. And
Yeah.
whoever was in charge got the fancy knife. But it's like all rusty and dull and chipped, and it's not. It'll never be as nice as it probably once was. But it's sharp
Yeah.
enough to cut something with still, or to stab into somebody.
I think we should hunker down in one of these houses, go to sleep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which houses are those? The dry houses, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Okie dokie.
What about this one? Small. Right up against the wall.
It probably doesn't really matter. Except for specific ones.
Yeah. That's essentially, it's not really going to matter. So, you guys are hunkering in a random house. So, I would like, so you guys kind of find a house that seems to be mostly intact, that you can kind of crash for the night. I would like one of you to roll a D100
Not me.
to determine what is in the house.
I can do it.
90.
That's
There
a
you
good
go.
one.
Yeah, but that might be bad, depending
It'd
on...
be
Okay, it
really
might be
bad
bad.
or really good.
So, So you kind of
Out of
push
curiosity.
open the door, and you see.
Just out of curiosity. Oh wow!
Wow. Okay.
I guess that's what we were getting no matter what.
Let's see something.
You know,
Wow, that is something.
Oh,
Back
I
to
thought
back
this-
98s.
aw.
What are the odds? Of
Jazz's
that?
would
It's
Jazz's would have been more
1 in
fun.
10,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
God damn.
so you kind of push open the door, and you find like a whole gaggle of these small, sort of pygmy-looking creatures made out of plant material, and they all kind of like scurry and startle as you like push open the door. And that is where we're going to end things for tonight.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So we saw the plant people, and then that was it.
Oh,
Yep,
were
you.
they true?
Yep, there's a whole giant group of plant people
It
inside
looks
this
like my
house
little
that you.
pygmy statues.
These little, they're like vegetable pygmies, like veggie
Oh, no,
pygmies,
they're
if
not
you.
flamingos.
what the heck
Oh.
is a pygmy?
Yeah.
A small thing.
Yeah. They're also called mold folk or moldies, the little fungus creatures.
racist.
Well, that's what
Good thing
Dusty
I-
calls them. He calls them moldies because he's from a different time. I mean, so.
Yeah, Dusty's from 3rd edition.
So we will pick this up next week. Thank you to whoever's watching, whether it be on the Twitch or the YouTube that I always upload like a week late because I'm an idiot. Like I uploaded last week's episode an hour before we started because I kept forgetting because I'm really bad at this. So we will continue. What are you guys up to now? You got 5 now? 5 puzzle cubes?
One,
We-
two,
You get
three,
2?
four, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, you get
4,
2
5.
today, didn't you?
All have switched
We got
back
3.
to my
Oh, wait,
regular
no.
armor.
We,
Oh, yeah.
we basically need the 2 at the north, and then Moa's,
Yeah, so.
and then the other dudes have the last one.
Yeah, so we will continue with the adventure for the cubes next week. Thank you guys for coming. Hopefully, we will see you then. Bye, everybody.